The Hive haven't been on Earth in centuries. That wizard came from the moon.
Send them home crying. You're crushing them.
Omnigul, destroy her!
More efforts like that, and we might just win this.
What's up, Guardians? This is the first ever Agents of the Nine, a Destiny podcast. I'm your host, as always, Tim K.A. Trotter. Joining me for this grand adventure into year 2 of Destiny is my good friend and 1%er of the Crucible, Killbot.
Hey, what's going on?
My fellow podcaster, Selfmadedame.
Hey, what's happening?
My good friend, Buzz.
Hey, Tim. Glad to be here.
And probably my oldest friend and many, many years ago podcaster, Bjorn.
What's going on, guys? Good to be back.
So, as the title inferred, we are a brand new Destiny podcast, starting up right at the beginning of year 2 of Destiny. 2.0 hit a couple days ago in preparation for the Taken King this Tuesday, the 15th. We're all really jazzed up and excited about that. But before we get into that sort of goodies, I wanted to sort of introduce you all to the cast a little bit. And starting off with this first question here, which is how you got addicted to Destiny, or why, or whatever. Let's start with you, Selfmadedame.
Well, mine's first came when I first seen the preview and the footage of it at E3. What is that? 2013.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Yeah, long time ago. So it was like right after the unveiling of the next gen, which is now current gen consoles, and then they showed Destiny, and it was that preview when they showed the Titan Smash and after the features of what you could do within the game, I was like, yep, I'm all in, And so once the alpha was announced, I played the alpha. I had a good time playing the alpha. It was something I had to get used to because it was I was coming from the Call of Duty days, so Call of Duty was much twitchier to me at the time, so I had to get used to the heaviness of Destiny, but I still had a good time with it, played the beta, same thing. And once the game released, I hit the ground running, and I've been playing ever since then. We're not even going to talk about how many hours I put into this game. It's something just astronomical. It's probably the most amount of hours I put in any game. The record was Halo 2, and I just obliterated that, which was another Bungie game. So Bungie does something right that just keeps me playing. And from the PvE content to the PvP content, I just love both sides of it. So lately I've been just focusing more on the PvP side. So I stream a lot of PvP content. I do Elimination School. When I stream my eliminations, I do Iron Banner time. I did Rift day 1, so got some footage of that. I had YouTube videos. all that good stuff.
Want to tell the good folks out there where they can find your YouTube and Twitch streams?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv / I am Selfmadedame. Same thing with YouTube, youtube.com / I am Selfmadedame. You can also find me on Twitter at the same name as well. So, yeah.
Groovy, man. I know you've been gunning for Killbot's top 1% in Crucible score for a long time now. And how close are you to that now?
Yeah. When I first started getting serious about, actually it's an interesting story, because when I first started getting serious about it, I had I was like in the top 30% with my overall, and maybe like the top 20 with my hunter alone. And I had this footage that I had clipped, and I tweeted triple wreck it, and I said I had a triple wreck moment. It was joking, and I said I had a triple wreck moment, ha ha ha, and I tagged him in it. And he responded back. I guess he saw the video, and he was like, "Oh, kill him!" He was like, "Wow, that was something crazy." And that was like the trigger point where I was like, "Okay, maybe I can like take this to the next level." And so from there, I went from top 30% overall to now I'm top 8%, closing in on top 7% overall. I'm top 4% in Crucible with my hunter.
Crazy. That's crazy, man.
Nice.
That's crazy. Well, that is definitely quite the story, Selfmadedame. Buzz, what about you?
Well, my story is not too different from Selfmadedame's actually, but coming from a different angle. I think, I first saw Destiny at E3 2013, just like Selfmadedame. My interest, though, I come from a background mostly of MMOs and RPG type. I love the immersive stories and the rich backgrounds, which, we're still trying to get into in Destiny, but it's there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so for me, like, I played first-person shooters every now and then, mostly just for fun with, my brother or, other people, but never really, like, engaged in. But the idea of combining those two, the MMO type realm with a first-person shooter, the shared world experience, like they kind of branded it, it's kind of what drew me in. And I remember, just the E3 2014 and then just the last months leading up to Destiny, just looking for every scrap of information I could, about Destiny, and then pre-ordering it. It was the first game I bought for my PS4, and since then I've been hooked. I mean, I've never played a game probably as much as this, except for maybe Skyrim.
Good choice.
It's a very different experience though. And I mean, it's been a roller coaster of a ride so far, and I'm looking forward to taking out Oryx in a week or so. So
yeah, aren't we all?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, man.
All right, Killbot, what about your introduction to the world of Destiny? You're probably hooked on it, maybe even more so than some of the others with that 1% Crucible score, yeah?
Yeah, I don't know, I guess so. I don't know. I've never really been into the Alien PvE type of shooter. I played Halo 3 a bit, but I've mainly been like a standard, tactical military type of shooter person. I've always been an FPS guy. I used to play a lot of Call of Duty. I played Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 was my first game. Then I played Black Ops 2, which was a lot of fun. But what's funny is that I was really into the Call of Duty Zombies scene in Black Ops 2. So I've always been really into the co-op sort of multiplayer experience. I also played Army of Two, I think, was that the name of the game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't play it personally, but I'm pretty sure that's the name of the game.
Yeah, I played that with a friend of mine. We played a split screen. And so I've always really been into the co-op multiplayer scene as well as the competitive multiplayer, PvP type of scene. So I was mainly playing Battlefield. I was still living in Boston when I was still playing Battlefield 4. And then I pre-ordered Battlefield 4 when I was in Boston. And then there was this new game coming out that I heard of called Destiny, and I was like, oh, that looks really cool. Like, I didn't really know anything about it at all. I'd just been at GameStop, and then there was like a poster or whatever for Destiny, and I was like, oh, a new game, because I just got a PS4 just so I could play Battlefield 4 64-player servers, because I was really into the whole, because Battlefield is generally a really large, scale type of game.
Sure.
And Call of Duty is mainly just 6v6, so it's only 12 players, but that times a whole bunch, 64 players is huge. Like 64 players is just insane for multiplayer PvP.
Oh yeah,
and
it's too much in my opinion.
Yeah, it can be, but Battlefield has a certain way of making it work. But I
guess the maps are big enough.
Yeah, they are. They're huge. The maps are huge. So Battlefield is a huge, large-scale sort of game.
Right.
And so I was playing that mainly. I really loved that whole part of it, but I never really got into, like I said, I played a little bit of Halo. I played Halo 3, just the campaign. I didn't play any Halo PvP, really, except for, like, split screen with friends and stuff. With the swords. I don't remember what they called it. The energy swords? What were they called?
Yeah. It's pretty simple, straight up.
Yeah, it's so fun. But, so I never really played much of that kind of thing. I never really been into Halo that much or anything. But when Destiny was coming out, because it was one of the only new games coming out for PS4, I was like, oh, maybe I'll give that a try. And I actually started to get pretty hyped for it. And then I ended up getting it, playing the beta, which was fun. I really enjoyed the beta. And then I was just like, okay, I'll get the actual game, because there's not many games on PS4. And then I got the game, had a lot of fun with it. And then, I was playing solo mainly at first, and then met some people I could play with to do nightfalls and weekly strikes with and just do whatever. And then before PvP really became, because I think PvP really became a thing around Trials of Osiris time.
I agree.
Yeah.
I liked PvP beforehand, but I didn't like it to the degree that I did in the Halo games.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I know in Trials of Osiris, it was kind of really the only thing that really, really unified your fire team.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
like I know for you and me, like it's kind of the best part of Destiny aside from the raids, in all honesty.
Yeah, it's like the raid of PvP is Trials, and like it's the end game content for PvP.
It's true.
So I sort of even before that though, I started to get into PvP more because I you can only raid so much or do strikes so much until it just kind of becomes monotonous. And so I was just kind of trying to keep it exciting, and I really enjoyed PvP. I used to use fusion rifles a lot before they got nerfed to hell. I used to use Plan C was my favorite exotic, because you could just switch to it and immediately wreck somebody.
Sure.
So I was really into PvP for a while, and then Trials came out, and that got everybody hyped in PvP.
Yeah,
and now PvP has its own thing. Like, there's all these new PvP maps. There's these new PvP game modes, which is great, which we'll get into, I'm sure. But I got really into PvP. I was so happy with the Crucible, with the exception of before 2.0. The Thorn Last Word plague that was
Thorn can go suck a dick and fall off a fucking cliff.
Yeah. Hey, thankfully it's not very accurate anymore. But
right?
Anyway, I got into that hard. And I guess somehow, I really don't know, because I was playing PvP, I think, hard before most of the people that I knew playing Destiny really got into it. I was playing it, before them. And somehow they got me into according to Destiny Tracker, the 1% of PvP players for just Crucible in general, as well as Trials.
Which is so crazy when you think about it, because it's not like you're that good of a Rocket League player. So I don't even know.
Into Rocket League, okay.
I don't even know how you're that good at Crucible.
Rocket League, bro. You know how it goes.
Actually, it goes pretty back and forth, actually, between you and me.
True. Rocket League is a little more forgiving.
Yeah, but, so suck a dick.
Especially nowadays, too, with the Crucible being the way it is. It's changed a bit. It's a little more pulse rifle dominant, but I said, we'll get into all that soon enough. But
yeah, for sure.
Pretty much, I'm just mainly a Crucible player. I love the Crucible. I love PvP. I love PvE as well, though. I love the raids. The raids, I think, are, like I said before, because I loved co-op PvP, multiplayer stuff.
Oh yeah,
I love cooperative stuff. It's so fun. But I think because I have the background of a multiplayer FPS kind of background, I just really enjoy multiplayer, player versus player sort of gameplay. So I think that's what I thrive on. But I'm also really into, raids and stuff. I love, cooperative stuff that actually takes some skill. Crota's End is garbage, but,
Well, it's a good raid. It's just, it's got its problem.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, it does.
I don't know about that, but
yeah,
Insanely
we all
long.
own that strike. But yeah, anyway,
That's
I'm mainly a
long.
PvP player here. I love Crucible.
cool, dude.
Yeah, pretty much that's it.
Alrighty, man. Bjorn, now you're more new to Destiny because you only picked it up how many months ago?
I'm brand new. I'm baby.
Kindergarten over here.
No, I'm I just like in terms of Destiny, I've just learned how to jog. But the way I got hooked on it was I was watching E3 and I saw it and I just was amazed by just the idea alone. I come from a background of multiplayer everything. I grew up with my buddy Tim, and we'd spend weekends taking turns either playing Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, shit. Even if it wasn't multiplayer, we
Yeah,
played that
even if it was,
goddamn
like-
fishing mode.
The
Yeah,
most legendary games ever. Ocarina of Time.
Well, that's true.
and we'd take turns with that, and then Smash Brother came out, and me and him would
GoldenEye,
GoldenEye, yeah,
GoldenEye.
fucking Golden Gun.
Challenge me on Smash Brothers.
Yeah,
I would wreck you.
no, I'd wreck you both.
Mario all day for Smash
Jigglypuff, motherfucker. I'd fuck
Jigglypuff.
some shit up
The
with
sleep
Jigglypuff.
shit, the one hit kill sleep thing.
Yep, one hit kill, downward spin kick,
so
and then
baller.
uppercut your ass.
Yeah.
But then games that are highly immersive with their story, like Jade Empire, I played for years, and I still play it
I
on
never
my
beat that game.
You really? Seriously? That
For real.
fucking game is awesome.
I know.
Horrible
It's-
game mechanics now that I play it now.
Oh yeah, it's old. BioWare evolved.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Good
beyond.
story though. I love the fucking story that was going.
Amazing story, and just the diversity of characters that you could pick from was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And then then Knights of the Old Republic came out again.
I've heard
Huge-
so much hype about that game and never played it.
It's the
And I
best
love
Star Wars game.
Oh yeah,
End of story.
it is
Period.
amazing story. You learn.
It has the best story of any Star Wars content ever, including all of the trilogies.
I'm gonna have to agree with that. It is amazing,
I had to play it.
It's mind blowing.
and then what else? Oh, Mass Effect.
Oh,
Mass Effect
Ah,
consumed my life for probably 5 years straight,
Yep. Ditto.
and I'm
stoked for 4.
oh yeah,
Well, Andromeda, I guess.
it's
called.
Andromeda, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've replayed each game at least 4 times and beaten it on different classes.
Yeah, you're hardcore about it. You're more hardcore than I am.
Yeah.
Like, I remember you were telling me, it's like, oh, I'm doing like the hardest mode on 2, but I'm only using like one type of weapon or something.
Yeah,
shit like that.
there were certain specifications you can run on the game that were just insanely hard, and I loved it. And then after that, I kind of got into MMOs while I was playing that, and of course, WoW. I never got too deep into WoW, but I loved the world and the playing with other people and having a team backing you up, kind of like in Mass Effect and Knights of the Old Republic, but these were
That's true.
live people.
Yeah, that's actually an interesting comparison. I
Yeah.
never thought about it that way.
You have these live people that you're yelling, "Oh, dude, fucking buff me! I need some what is it? I need blessings of the cross. I need some paladin backup."
Oh, kindergarten.
I like serious, and these are people you're yelling to, and they're yelling back
Armor
at
light.
you. Yeah, like serious shit, and it's amazing. And then seeing that put into a first person shooter, it absolutely astounded me. And I was actually really late to the game with Destiny. I had been wanting to get a PlayStation 4, but like the rest of us poor people, money constraints.
Yeah, I got mine cheap, so I was lucky.
I was really lucky, and I got it as a birthday gift.
Nice.
And even when I got it, I kind of dragged my feet on it until I think another buddy of mine, he showed me and he let me play through the first couple missions, and I was
yeah.
hooked. I was really hooked. So I went home, took out my emergency money and bought it. And
you went balls deep with the first one. You did.
I bought all three.
Vanilla Destiny and the expansion right off the bat.
I did all 3 expansions.
Nice.
So I paid the.
Oh no, you bought the full pack that included Taken King, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you went whole hog. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Wow.
$80. I bought it right there from Jump, and that only was 5 months ago. And I think I just got the story was good. Like it just was. There were so many questions.
It's just bare bones.
Yeah, and I was always texting Tim. I'm like, what the fuck is up with this story? Like, why isn't what happened? What's going on? What the fuck is a grimoire? What is this? And he's like, dude, just go to Bungie. It'll explain. Da 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 da. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And and he was like, okay, dude, I'm gonna help you grind out. And then like a week later, we actually set up a date to do some raids. And he was like, how are you already level 20? I was like, I've spent every morning when I get up and every night when I get home just grinding out in Crucible.
Yeah,
And
this
Wow.
this bitch right here next to me in the studio, like
I went from
he
level
has
5
weird
to
hours. Like I play with him maybe a couple of times a week, usually in the late evenings.
Yeah.
But like he'll get up like an hour before work.
Oh, it's 2 hours.
Oh, you 2 hours for fucking real?
I get up at 4 in the morning and I don't.
4 in the morning. 4 in the morning. This fuck gets up and is like,
That's
God damn, it's
dedication right
Destiny
there.
time.
Oh
That's
yeah,
dedication.
and I did not want to be on the low end of the totem, especially if I was going to be having people carry me through stuff. I didn't want to be.
That's how it works. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to be a complete carry on.
Yeah.
So when we
Bjorn,
actually
carry on bag TM.
Yeah. So when we actually finally met up, he was like, you went from level 5
Yeah, I was
to
pretty
level 20 in a matter of, I don't even think it was a full
Well,
week.
I
It
remember.
was like 5
I
days.
played the first like couple missions to you, and we hadn't even gotten to the first strike yet.
No.
Sepix,
Yeah.
Right. And then the next
like
day, you were over leveled for the first strike. You were already like because you were like level 7 when I left off, and then when I came back, you were level 14, and I was like, what the fuck? What were you doing? And like, I was shooting shit. I was like, where? Did you do the strike? He's like, I was just shooting shit.
Yeah. I was like, I jumped into Crucible for like 4 or 5 days straight
Oh my god.
and played Crucible nonstop.
As a level 7, you must have got wrecked though.
Oh, dude, I was getting just hamstrung constantly until I found my good little matchup with my scout rifle, and was it a scout rifle? And it was a really shitty sniper rifle. Now that I look back, but it had a lot of ammo and it had great reload and it had decent rate
Range?
of fire.
Oh, rate of fire.
Yeah, and it just like you could hit people. It had almost no recoil too. So, but
Yeah.
like you're able to just lay down fire and slow
Yeah.
people down, and then I'd pull out a scout rifle and
There you
just
go.
fucking cut them in half.
hit him once with the
That's
sniper
fucking
and hit him-
crazy.
finish him off with the scout. That's the thing
fucking
about
crazy.
Crucible though, is that there's no level advantage, so everything sort of evens
Exactly.
out.
And so it was awesome. Like, but for the first probably, I'm gonna say 30 rounds, I wasn't even breaking 500, and now I don't score under 2,000. I think if
pretty
I
good.
get serious, if I don't have,
Yeah, we got to get you into trials.
yeah. Well,
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, we have to
I'd
wait
be
now
happy
because
to.
it's
Yeah,
like
hiatus.
it's on
Trials, you know?
hiatus for at least a few weeks,
Yeah.
which sucks. But
Hey,
they're
but they'll
they're
do
adding
gear.
they're adding new gear to
That's
it.
awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
They're all new gear.
All new gear, new weapons. Maybe hope is it new weapons? Or no?
So my understanding, I read a post today on I read it somewhere in the Destiny universe on the interwebs. They had pictures and stuff of the armor, so all the armor is going to look the same, but it's going to be called something different and have totally different perks.
Okay.
And so it'll have one permanent new perk, and then it'll have 2 random roll perks now. And then all of the weapons have all new names and stuff. And there is adept versions like there are now.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, there's basically a basic model of the weapon, and then there's an adept version, which has a little bit better stats and also a added damage type.
Is it really better? I think it's the same exact thing, but the adept versions have the
Well, in my
Element
mind,
damage.
God damn it, they're better. Okay.
Just because they have a depth doesn't mean they're better.
Just because they shoot purple and red and blue
purple
bullets.
and red and blue, yeah.
That's why. That's why they're better.
That makes them better.
And it says adept in parentheses. Okay, it's better.
So you know you get right.
But yeah, no. So there's supposed to be new stuff coming to that, but we don't know when. Bungie hasn't announced when that's returning, except that it is on hiatus.
Yeah, I'm psyched about that though because it keeps Trials relevant, and I don't want Trials to become redundant at all.
Which is another reason why I love Destiny so much is that they're constantly tweaking it and keeping it current. So that, granted the raids and, their little dailies and their little daily strikes that they have, they can get tedious, like Killbot was saying.
Well, I think the daily missions are gone now.
Are daily heroics gone? Really?
Yeah, daily heroics are gone.
Weekly heroics are gone.
Is it weekly?
Weekly heroics are coming back. Weekly.
Well, in form of strike playlist. Though.
Weekly heroic is gone, but there's a weekly heroic strike playlist.
Okay.
Now that rewards staying in for multiple rounds.
Yeah.
But no strange that actually sounds good.
So you could do
no more strange coins though.
We don't know where we do not know where the hell we're going to get strange coins now consistently.
Side note, the other day or yesterday I did my first few bounties after 2.0, and I think 8 or so out of the 10 bounties that I turned in, I got strange coins for every single bounty.
Yeah,
I got a lot of strange.
I got strange coins in Crucible almost every Rift match. I got like one or two.
Yeah.
But yeah, going back to Bjorn and what he was saying about his introduction into Destiny and stuff, he hit on a really interesting note that I'd never thought of before because we played a lot of the same games. You pointed out that like it's like a lot of those other sci-fi games that have squads with them, but you're playing with real people. And I'd never really looked at it that way, so that's a cool viewpoint because like for me, I was always like, oh, Bungie is doing Borderlands. And that's really awesome because I think Bungie's quality and their mechanics have always shown through. And I know when I talk to members of my clan, like you, Killbot, the one thing that we said before there was any expansion was the only reason we kept playing Vault of Glass over and over again was that the actual feel of the guns and the movement in the environment were so goddamn buttery smooth in comparison to other shooters. Like it's not even funny. Like the way that they approach movement is just, I don't know, some sort of magic about it.
Yeah, it's all so smooth. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's all so smooth. I mean, the thing about Destiny is not just the loot system, which can be aggravating at times. It's not just the...
Well, it'll be better now, though, in 2.0.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is going to be better. They've improved it. But it's not just the loot, which people want to chase after. That's like the carrot and the stick, so to speak. The proverbial carrot and the stick. But it's also just the... I think more than anything, it's the mechanics of the game. Like they've nailed it. Like it feels so good. Like when you get a headshot, on a dreg or whatever.
Oh yeah,
it works and it fits. And I mean, that's what keeps us coming back. I think is not just the loot or anything, just the fact that it feels so good to play this game. Like everything just works.
Yeah, and Tim brought up a good point that it is like Borderlands. Only game that I've ever felt like that is Borderlands 2. All the guns that you use, they all have different different play styles, different mechanics, and different.
Yeah, I think. Sorry.
And different what are the ammo types, but they all feel different and unique for each weapon, and you don't feel like you're just. Oh, okay, now it's a scout rifle, so it's only going to have this rate of fire. It's going to look like this. It's going to do this.
I think the difference between the weapon systems in Borderlands, because that's really the only other comparable game other than elements of MMO games, is the Borderlands gun system. Yes, they literally did have a gazillion guns, but that's because they had probably like a couple thousand different modeled 3D models of guns. And then they would randomly or procedurally generate the stats and assign them to them.
Yeah.
So that's why every sniper rifle, regardless of how badass it was, always felt the same. It was good, but it was always samey. versus here, it's like, oh, well, this my sniper rifle might literally feel a little bit better to play, or a little quicker, or a little snappier.
Oh, agreed.
And they take the time and care to craft each of these weapons, even those shitty white ones.
Yeah.
Like, as evidenced, like, this week by the 2.0 update, we're able to check out from the gunsmith these new test weapons. And the test weapons feel amazing to me. Like, even though they're scrubby white level weapons, and we're going to be like, this is going to suck by the end of the month.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited to really start getting into 2.0. I haven't had much time to even really delve into it.
Yeah.
And but I'm so looking forward to it, especially with all the new nerfs with the guns and all the new buffs for the guns. It's gonna make it nice. And personally, really excited that Scout Rifles got buffed.
Yeah, because you're a sniper.
Oh yeah,
You're
and
a sniper motherfucker.
Tim saw me run through an entire raid with just my Scout Rifle. Yeah. And he was like, your Scout Rifle is ridiculous. I was like, yeah, it has exploding bullets. And I was like, I'm never getting rid of this thing.
Yeah, I was surprised at how well you did in those raids with that terrible
It is really terrible, but I fuck shit up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess, the thing about Bjorn is he fucking perseveres like nobody's business.
Although there is one thing that I couldn't persevere when I got the exotic No Land Beyond.
Oh yeah, you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna use this goddamn thing.
I like vowed to like the fucking stars. I was like, I'm gonna use this gun just to kill people and piss them off. Couldn't do it. I was like, fuck this. I need an exotic shard. So I fucking.
It's better now.
Yeah, no. So that if I ever have the opportunity to get that gun again, I'm gonna get it, and I'm gonna make good on that promise.
Yeah, so I guess that just leaves me and Destiny. There's not really much for me to say that hasn't already been said by any one of my cast members here on the show. Is that I saw the trailers. I guess for me, I'm a huge Bungie fan. I'm a Mac person, so I've been playing Bungie games on the Mac, like Marathon and Myth 2 Soul Blighter.
Fanboy!
And whatever.
Fanboy!
I have a Bungie action sack, so sue me. Which is a real thing that Bungie sold once upon a time.
He's on Bungie's sack.
Oh, you know it. Well, me and Bjorn are local to Bungie, so we very well could be, just right underneath there and getting that scrotum.
Oh yeah,
tissue flakes in her face.
Scrotal.
Yeah.
Back.
But yeah, no, my love for Bungie basically just comes from the Halo games. Yeah, big love for all those Halo games. And when they parted ways from both Halo and Microsoft and went off to do their own thing, and then they were quiet for goddamn ever.
Yes.
And then the trailer that they show is like, oh my god, they're doing Bungie style Star Wars meets Borderlands. I am 100% on board for whatever that adventure is going to be.
If only the loot system was similar to Borderlands.
I guess. I don't know. Like, I prefer that there's a role and it keeps you going, and that the guns are crafted. I think that's the difference here.
I love the fact that the guns are crafted and the time was put into them, but we've all mentioned it. The loot system for year one, super aggravating. I mean,
very aggravating.
RNGesus ain't kind to nobody.
Oh, nope. No, I've straight. I've gotten to the end of a raid to only see one other player, and dude was hanging back just so that he could get the weapon drop.
Yeah.
For worst player, I went all the way back, found him, and ran him over with my Sparrow. Multiple times.
Do you think though that's a thing though, that if you do worse you get better loot?
I don't think it's better, but they do get everything that I've seen percentage wise.
Sometimes
they get better.
For Crucible, I think that might have been an old rule.
Yeah, no. I'm talking about any kind of what was it? A big one that dudes were doing was the abomination for the Hive. The shit, I can't even remember what it's called.
The Moonstrike.
Yes,
where you're fighting Fogoth.
Yes. like guys would just hang back, and I got I was super.
Oh
aggravated.
yeah, they're super shitty.
Summoning pits. Yeah.
Yes, summoning pits. Thank you. Sorry about that. I'm not quite up to date on all the terminology, guys. So I'm really sorry about that.
It's all good.
So I
played it enough. You know what's going on. It's
Yeah.
just, you're still getting the lingo down and all that jazz.
Yeah, I backtracked for 15 minutes, found the guy, just posted up, AFK, and I was like, fuck this. So I just kept running him over, and then he tried running away after 2 minutes of me like running him over, and I think he realized what was going on, and then he tried running away, and I just kept running him over, and I think at that point I had my Hunger Crota, and so he took off on a Sparrow, and I just kept shooting him with my Hunger, and then fucking using up my heavy weapons ammo synth just to fucking get this guy to bounce out of our group. It was so aggravating to see people do that.
Well, I'm glad you went to all that effort, because it's like, I can't, we're not going to go into patch notes this episode. We'll probably do this another episode, but my understanding is in the patch notes, there's something to the effect of on strikes now. They have a system for if people are AFK.
Yeah, they do.
They get booted faster, or they get
Amazing.
penalized somehow, or...
They should lose strange coins or something just some brutal kind of like if you're gonna be that shitty of a person, you should just like lose. Like, oh, you have.
What if they actually? That's not a bad idea. What if Bungie gave a system where it was like an anti-AFK coin, and so anytime you were just a jerk AFK, it gave you a coin. So whatever your next activity is, you couldn't get out of it even if you wanted to.
Oh man.
And
That would
so
be awesome.
in order to remove the coin, you have to complete that activity in full with whomever.
That would be really hard to do.
Not a little hardcore, but
No, not hardcore. It'd be hard to do
sure.
simply because the fact somebody could try rebooting their system and it's like, oh, what?
Well,
So you're going to force somebody into
The
our
thing about
game?
Destiny, though, is it's an only online game. Like, you can't play it offline.
That's true.
Like, one of the things that was recently revealed in PAX YouTube streams with Bungie designer Luke Smith and some other people is how much stuff is actually run on servers versus on your console. It was actually quite incredible. Like it's way more like a massively multiplayer online game than people think, just from a design perspective in terms of like what they're doing with servers.
I mean, to me, honestly, this is This is a first-person MMO, in my opinion.
Yeah,
it's
it's a mini-mo.
I'd like it to be.
It's a mini-mo.
I don't know.
But that's awesome that they're patching it with something, and I would love to see some kind of system for either rewarding players who actually, give it their all, like that are fighting on the front lines or giving good support.
Well, I think that's one of the things I just talked about a little bit a while ago with the new weekly strike playlist, where it rewards you for sticking in the same list without exiting and completing, and it rewards you the more times you do it.
Yeah, that's awesome. But I would also like to see a little bit of
ban hammering.
Yeah, I would love to see
penalties.
some fucking ban hammer. Not ban hammering. Come on, a little extreme. But I would like some penalties for fucking people that just try to carry on and get loot, so they can either so they can splinter it, shatter it. Fucking
What are you trying to pontificate there, Chief?
Fuck. You get loot, you disassemble it.
Dismantle?
Yes.
Shard?
Shard it.
Shard's the colloquial
Thank
Destiny
you.
player term.
Shatter, shimmer,
Because
whatever.
they call it dismantle in the game.
Yeah.
They shammer it.
Yeah, the shim sham.
That was
Little-
awful.
little shim
the
shammy.
shim sham wow.
Little bit of shim sham.
God awful.
Just to get, glimmer and their randoms out of it, which I find aggravating when I'm trying to actually get down on a strike or, any other kind of multiplayer set.
Yeah. Wow, that was actually pretty good shit considering we're just doing introductions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Should we move
I'm into Destiny. I'm super
Giant
big into
tangent.
it. You'll find out more. Whatever.
Yeah.
I just run the show. So, just a word to our audience. Buzz and Damien had to bounce in the middle of this opening segment because they are East Coast and we are not, and they have work in the morning. I'm recording this on a Friday. But I'm going to try and record a segment with them later this weekend and patch them back into the show. So apologies for that for the first episode. But yeah, we're going to move on with the show here. So Bjorn and Killbot here.
Yes.
Can you guys pick out what is your favorite or what stands out the most memory from your playing of Destiny Year 1? Pre-patch.
Pre-patch.
Pre 2.0.
Yeah. Killbot, you mind if I
Go for it, man.
All
Yeah,
right,
go
jump
ahead.
on this one? This one happened really recently. Me and Tim were running through trials trying to get down, and another one of our friends.
Oh yeah, that moment
LC?
was fucking
LC?
awesome.
Oh yeah, when LC
Yeah, I heard about this.
Last Chance Hero was
You can actually call him Robert because he's on the other podcast.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
okay. So Robert was trying to help us out, and we were just getting fucking murderlated.
Yeah.
We
were two. So Trials of Osiris, guys, right? Elimination match. You play 5 rounds, right?
Brutal.
We were 2 rounds in. We were getting fucking raped by this other team.
Yeah.
Right?
No. We had been playing for quite a few matches.
Oh yeah, we'd
before
been
this.
playing for a few matches, but this specific round of 5, we were getting hammered hardcore. And then Last Chance Hero, his PlayStation ID, and then his podcasting name, Robert. He decides, and he's been playing Destiny
probably 3 times as long as I have.
3 times as long as you, and should not be a fucking scrub like what he did. And he goes, "Oh,
Yeah.
I'm out.
my passage coin, guys, it's expired. I'm gonna go back to the reef and get a new one."
Now, mind you, okay.
We're mid game. He already has the
Mid-game,
coin.
yeah,
It's
mid-game.
not expired until the
Mid-match.
end of the game.
Yeah.
He I don't know. Maybe he's colorblind. Maybe he needs to use one of those fucking colorblind options that's in Destiny for you colorblind people. Damn it,
it
Robert.
was bad. And I mean,
And he leaves,
Yeah.
which leaves, and me and Bjorn are
In
like,
the middle of
"What-"
the game.
are
Yeah.
like, what the actual fuck, Robert?
Now, mind you, okay, so this is 10 o'clock at night. So I'm in bed and my girlfriend's asleep, and
Yeah, you're trying to be quiet.
I'm like, all right, I can't talk right now. So
Yeah.
literally, Tim's like, I guess we're bouncing out, and I was like, in my head, I was like, fuck this.
Yeah, no,
I
you texted me and you said, "No, go fuck yourself. You and me are gonna crush these motherfuckers
Yes.
without Robert." And I was like, "All right, man," thinking we are fucking screwed.
Yes. So I charged forward.
Yeah.
We we won, I think, 1 match.
Yeah, we won 1 match. We ended up losing the whole round, but the third round, which was the heavy round, we didn't even actually get to the heavy. We just balls deep ran into the room. We were playing what's the Cabal base on the moon?
Oh shit.
The moon?
The Phobos moon.
Oh, Phobos.
Black 9, Black Shield.
Black Shield.
Yeah, we're playing Black Shield, and we run straight in that control room. And it's like these 3 fuckers are probably like, "Oh, we're gonna fucking rape them."
they were
'Cause
laughing.
There's only 2 of them now. Haha, easy win. We come in, fucking just mop the floor so fast with them. Like, it was like this clusterfuck of hailfire and shotgunning.
Oh, yeah.
Bjorn dies. I somehow duck behind a corner, revive him again. Bjorn takes another one down.
Yeah, I blade dance.
I die.
Yeah.
He blade dance, kills another dude. Then he revives me, and we're the only ones left standing. And the other team's probably like, "What the fuck just happened?"
and then every other match after that, we took 2 of them down.
Yeah.
And then the one guy would come in and like kind of just like not work us, but like we were just desperate, and we did really good for a 2-man team, in my opinion. I was like, yeah, we fucked them up, and we made them regret actually thinking that this was gonna be easy, because they had to work really hard. I mean,
yeah.
we sped them out pretty thin, killed them, tried to camp their bodies, and then the guy would, like, you can only do so much when you're trying to camp a body like 1-on-1, and the third guy took advantage of that, and he played smart.
Still, though, we made them work for it, which was not at all, I'm sure, what they were expecting. And the amount of teamwork me and Bjorn pulled off without Bjorn being able to communicate back to me. He could hear me, and I'd be like, "Bjorn, like, move left, duck down, grenade, he's resing, you
Yeah.
know? And like the amount of teamwork and like, it was fucking beautiful. It was marvelous. Even though we lost, like the amount of hell we gave them, like fighting tooth and nail, like down to the seconds to the capture zone.
It was straight up
was
like Tom
hilarious.
Cruise and Dustin Hoffman in Rain Man. It was beautiful.
Oh man.
And that is probably my best moment, knowing that I honestly thought it was me, and I was like, "Fuck, dude, this is absurd."
Yeah.
And then honestly, it's like the fucking heavens open, and me and Tim were just ran in and started doing business, and business was good for a 2-man team, in my opinion.
Business was good. We opened up shop, and they were like, "Shit."
Yeah.
Man, me and Killbot have to run trials with you.
Yeah,
Me and Killbot are really good together on a team. And if you're that good with me already, without even fucking speaking, shit, son, we are gonna wreck face.
Yeah.
So,
and I think my biggest problem though with when we do like Prison of Elders and trials is I have a hard time of letting go of my super. And Buzz was constantly jumping on me. He's like, "Dude, use your super. I need some fucking orbs." And I'm like, "But I want to save it." And then it's like, "No, just fucking use it. We need orbs. Drop them orbs, bitch." But
orbs of life.
Oh yeah, it is, yeah. And you know, figuring out that mechanic of it has cause I'm used to like trying to hold on to it. But oh man. God. So Jesus. So all right, Killbot. Let's jump to you, buddy.
Okay. So my best moment, I guess, favorite moment from Destiny, year one. I guess it would have to be when I'm a huge hand cannon guy. I loved hand cannons for so long. My first legendary was a hand cannon. It was a Lord High Fixer. I don't know if anybody remembers that.
Yeah.
It was from the really early days of the Crucible. The first hand cannon sold was Lord High Fixer, and had Third Eye and something else on it for the Quartermaster. But
hands down, my favorite perk.
Yeah, Third Eye.
Yo, yeah. So that's my scout rifle has Third Eye, and my exotic.
Meet him, man.
Yeah, my exotic sniper rifle, Time and Patience, has it. And in Crucible, it is absolutely crucial.
Yeah. Some people don't think it's that useful, but I think it's really useful to have Third Eye, because you can just see where, like I've said, coming from the standard FPS background, Call of Duty and Battlefield and stuff, you don't show up on the radar unless you shoot your gun.
Yeah.
But in Destiny, it's not the same way. You show up on the radar just if you're there and you're not crouched or invis.
Yeah.
And that was really annoying to me at first. So Third Eye is
it makes sense,
a great
though.
perk. Yeah, it really does. And so Third Eye was a great perk initially, but yeah, so I'm a huge hand cannon guy. And then I worked so hard to get my Thorn. My first exotic was Thorn. I did the PvP part really early because it was just void weapons. I had like a void shotgun, I think a void fusion rifle and a void LMG. I didn't have a void primary because I think the first one was Atheon's Epilogue. Shout out to Linux 84 rounds.
Oh yeah. Okay. So I got to say a thing on this before we go any further. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So you may not know this, Bjorn, but there is a year one legendary assault rifle that you can only get from Vault of Glass defeating Atheon. It's called Atheon's Epilogue. And it's largely considered one of the most garbage raid weapons you could possibly get in the game.
It's awful.
The one plus to it is that it's stupid high rate of fire, like the max in the game.
Nice.
It does void damage, which is good for bounties.
Yep.
But everything else is terrible on it, except for a perk, which is like extra ammo capacity, which boosted up to 84 rounds. And there was one particular night where me and Killbot and actually Robert LC were doing trials and also elimination, which is the non-trials version.
Yeah.
And we could do no wrong. We were on such a strict. We were winning. We won like 37 matches.
I think you told me about that night because I was asking you to help me out, and you were like, "No, dude, I'm on a fucking streak."
Like you don't understand, bro. You don't understand. And like we were all joking, and we were like, "Man, we can do no wrong here. Let's put on shitty weapons." And Killbot was like, "Man, what do I even have? Like, I'm just gonna throw shit on." And then I was like, "I'll choose Atheon's Epilogue." And Killbot was like, "Oh." My PSN name is Linux, and so he's like, "Oh, Linux, you stupid bastard! Like that is the dumbest choice ever." And I was like, "You watch your mouth. I will wreck face with this." And so Killbot, who's the 1%er, and I'm like at 36% in Crucible.
I don't know.
And we'd start this match, and Killbot would be like, "All right, LC, you head to the left. All right, I'm gonna duck down around this corner," and then it'd be like, "Round over," and Killbot's like, "What? What happened?" I was like, 84 rounds, motherfucker. I took out their whole goddamn team.
84 rounds, and it still happens, even if he's not using Atheon's Epilogue, I guess.
And it sucks because it got nerfed, so it's not 84 rounds anymore.
It's still an auto rifle, so it's slightly better than it was before, I think.
I'm still going to yell 84 rounds.
Yeah, the Field Scout nerf is kind of lame, but what are you going to
do? Corrective measure. When I got that gun...
Yeah, 100 rounds.
100 rounds. Oh, man. I would burn through fools in control. I would... I'd cloak, or invis, sorry. I'd invis, jump into, get to the area... And then I would just fucking walk in. And I'm a hunter. So,
you filthy, filthy bitch.
Yeah, so I'd invis. I had no armor, but super high recovery. And I'd just fucking burn through like a 5-man team with corrective measure.
That's so good. 100-round machine gun.
Oh, dude.
So beautiful.
Yeah. And it's got such great... what is it? Recoil and control. Like it's like if you know what you're doing, it's my favorite heavy machine gun. I bought Thunderlord, highly disappointed, but it's very useful.
Yeah. Okay, so anyway, getting back to my favorite moment from Destiny.
Sorry, Killbot.
No, it's okay to go all the way back. So I was a huge hand cannon guy. Lord High Fixer was my first legendary. We all have stories about our first legendary, but I loved hand cannons. I did Thorn, did the Void Bounty, like we were talking about, and then Thorn was my favorite. But back in the day, it had 6 rounds and a terrible reload speed. It was so slow, and I bought hand cannon reload speed gloves just because of that gun. But it used to be terrible in PvP, and then it was amazing for like 9 months. And now it's pretty garbage. I don't know if you guys use it, but anyway, that's new stuff. But so my favorite moment, I guess, is when. So I'm a huge hand cannon guy. Thorn was my first exotic. I loved hand cannons. I really wanted the last word. I was really into that gun because I read about it, and I knew that you do the animation when you pull out the last word. It does the gun spin. Western style, like a cowboy gun spin, and the single action. It's a single action revolver, and you just fan the hammer and get those. It's just a good looking gun when you shoot it and pull it out.
It is a very pretty gun, and I love pulling that fucking gun out. Yeah, I haven't quite gotten the hang of getting it, but oh man, when I lay it down, it comes out quick, and it's perfect.
So fun. It's so fun because you feel so good just fanning that hammer like you're a
cowboy.
I
fucking feel like Doc Holliday when I pull that fucker out.
Sick. Yeah, it's amazing. So I was lusting after the last word, and I didn't get it for the longest time, and then I did Vault to Glass, and I was at we had a checkpoint I don't know if we completed it or not, if somebody did the checkpoint, but anyway, I got to the Gorgon chest, the Gorgon exotic chest. And I really wanted that gun so bad, and I actually got it, and I was so happy. And I was like, yes, I got the last word from the Gorgon chest. And I just use it, and that's probably my favorite moment, was getting the gun I really wanted. I got I got G-Horn like a week or so after that, I think. It wasn't too much long after. Yeah, Baller Horn. I got G-Horn really soon after that, actually. And I was pretty happy, but I wasn't as happy as the last word because it was such a cool looking gun to me. So that's probably my favorite memory, was getting the gun I really, really was lusting after, you know?
It is a beautiful fucking gun.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
And great mechanics.
What gun are you talking about that you couldn't get forever?
The last word?
Oh, yeah.
Because I didn't have it, and I really
thought it was
wanted
Hawkmoon.
Well,
Fuck
no,
Hawkmoon.
Hawkmoon is a different story. You know, Hawkmoon's cool, but I really wanted that too. But it was because it was the last exotic hand cannon that I didn't get from RNG. It felt like a slap in the face from RNG because it was a PlayStation exclusive, and I just kept trying to get that gun from Nightfalls and chests and whatever. I never got it. So Linux knows the story behind me and Hawk. That's a whole other story. I think my favorite memory is getting Last Word because I like that gun more in terms of visuals and like just how the gun feels than Hawkmoon. But Linux knows the story behind me and Hawkmoon, and I that's a whole other thing.
So
but
the
it
story,
took me forever.
the story, audience,
So long.
audience, listeners, guardians, is that Killbot just couldn't get it up to get that Hawkmoon.
Never.
And the game would just grant me pairs,
You got
triplets,
Hawkmoon on
quadruples
I saw you
of
get your first
Hawkmoons,
one
and
on
I'd
Vault
just
of
shard
Glass.
them in front of him, and he'd
Yeah,
just be
you
like,
got
"No, what are you
no.
doing?"
I was so pissed. I think it was honestly, Linux, I think it was the first or second game I ever played with you was Vault of Glass.
Yeah.
And we beat Atheon, and this was before I
Oh
even
yeah,
knew
and I was
Hawk-
just casually like, "What's
was.
Hawkmoon?" And you were
Yeah,
just
you
like, "I
got
fucking
it.
hate you."
Yeah, no, you
fucking
got
hate
it.
you.
You got it like the first or second.
Stupid Linux.
And I was so salty, but I just wanted the last word, so I didn't care about Hawkmoon. I was like, whatever.
Well-
he didn't get the last word, so I'm not mad about it. But
Killbot, were you there with us when I did my first run on CE, Crow's End?
I think so.
And like everybody was like, the loot was getting doled out, and then I was low man on totem, and then Crota's Hunger pops up. Everyone's like, "Oh shit, you got Crota's Hunger on the first drop? What the fuck?" I'm still hunting. I was like, I don't know, maybe I'll just shard it. I don't know how much of a bazooka guy. And he's like, "No, dude, keep it." Everybody was coming unglued. I was like, yes. Yep. I was like, sweet. Okay, that's a good gun there. That's
it's
a good
feeling
bazooka.
though, right? Yeah, the loot system.
It's true.
Is so good sometimes.
When it does come around, it's fucking beautiful.
All right, so my you got your
what's your favorite?
So my favorite memory has to be the first successful run of Vault of Glass.
Yeah.
I believe it was with my clan. I don't know if you were there or not, Killbot.
I think I was.
But I was doing LFG to try to get through that goddamn first raid.
Yeah, me and Kono, I think, were there. If I remember correctly, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was you were friends with Godly because he did a Nightfall with you.
That sounds kind of right, yeah.
Yeah, and then we were short a guy. I think we only had 5 at that
and
point.
you guys LFG'd, and I was the LFG guy.
Well, no, we didn't LFG. He knew you already. He had played with you because of the Nightfall. Or maybe he did LFG after that. I don't know. But
maybe he did Nightfall that night. Yeah. Anyway, and then because I remember somebody taking point and just like explaining all the shit that like nobody explained to me in any of the other raids, and you're just like, oh, you need to shoot the glowy things, and you gotta go through here, and you gotta go do the thing.
That is one thing that I loved when I was. So I'm a kind of a lone player, like, but
yeah, you're total lone wolf.
Yeah,
sniper hardcore.
Yeah, and but every time that I've ever played with,
did you just zip up a body in a duffel bag?
Yeah, that did sound like that. No, that wasn't a duffel bag. That was more like
Killbot, who'd you kill?
That was an Adidas bag.
Everyone.
When I was playing with Tim's clan and Killbot was there, Dame was there, pretty sure Buzz was there, and everybody was just breaking it down for me. They're like, "All right, you're low level, so we need you to do this. You need to get here. You need to do here. Like lay low, invis, like do your extra perks for invis." And Dame, who plays a hunter, quite like as far as I know, a lot.
Yeah, well, that's his main for Crucible at any rate.
Yeah, and that's the only class I play right now. Although I'm saving gear to build a Titan. He broke it down and like helped me out and just explained everything and kept it simple. And a lot of MMOs kind of aren't like that. You're kind of expected to learn through trial and error, but everybody was just like on point, giving you tips, and because if you weren't on your game, everything was gonna fall apart.
Yeah,
and it did quite a bit.
No, I was actually super nice to you during the raid. I only ever lied to you once.
And Killbot, was it you that ran into me?
Yeah, I was there.
Killbot, was that you that ran me over with the spare? You're like, here, go stand against this wall. It's a trick. And I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And then you just smashed.
Yeah, he just obliterated me. I was like, you fucker.
But no, I was just like super straight up with Bjorn the entire time because I wanted him to have a good.
You trolled LC.
Oh, I trolled
really
LC every goddamn
turn you
it's
could.
The only way. It's the only way he'll learn because it's the only way LC Robert would learn. But yeah, no, the only time I trolled Bjorn during Vault of Glass was when we got up to Atheon.
Yeah,
and,
go melee.
And we were just like, he spawned, right? And the big glowing bad dude, final boss of the raid. And we're just like, all right, Bjorn, run up the stairs and you got to melee him. You got to melee the shit out of him.
Yeah, I was like, bring down his shields with your melee. I was like, level 22 melee? All right, cool, man. I got you.
And you just took off. And what was it that sold it? One of the other clan members went with you. And we're just like,
I think it was Dame.
Let's do it, Bjorn.
I think it was Dame. He was like, hunters go in and knock down the shields. And I was like,
it might have been Selfmade Dame. And Selfmade Dame was just like, we're going to troll him, right, yo? And I was like, oh yeah, we're going to troll him hardcore. And they just went up. And like Dame died right away, but Bjorn, he went out and he hid around the corner and he kept attacking him, and we're just sitting back. Yeah. And then Bjorn's just like, "Why aren't you guys helping me?" Oh shit.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to be strategic. I would fucking hop down, invis, strike, run around, strike, like invis. I'm like, oh shit, what's going on? Okay, I gotta get behind him so I can get my my strike so that I go invisible, and then my extra attack points. Wait, what? what? Fuck you guys.
It was so good. It was so good. Yeah. But no, honestly,
and then I got corrective measures, so fuck you.
Yeah,
it was
good.
Forever to get that.
It was a good win. And it was your first raid, so lucky. Especially because that one doesn't. It had a different role. Strategy than Courtesan.
It's probably the best raid, honestly, so far.
Still the best raid, yeah. But anyway,
it's so long though.
My pivotal moment for my favorite memory of Destiny Year 1 was when you open up that chamber and you see that big VA frame, like glass glowing
Gatekeeper?
shit. No, not the Gatekeeper. Atheon's throne room.
Yeah, well, Gatekeeper is when you open that door.
Yeah, but I already knew what he looked like. But seeing that room and seeing this expansive room and this giant fucking glowing rotating thing that's like shimmering and making noises at you, and it's just like, what the fuck is this shit? And then
if you don't snipe Gatekeeper, you go out into.
Damn it, Killbot! I'm trying to tell a story.
Hobbies. Okay, sorry.
I like Killbot's story better. Killbot's story is better.
Shut up, so many things, so many memories. Man.
So many memories. But like seeing that and being in awe of that, I was just like, my God, like I want that on a shirt. It's so cool looking. Like this is the boss room? Fuck yeah. And then the raid team explained to me, all right, so there's going to be these two portals, kind of like Stargates. One of them is going to send you back in time, and one of them is going to send you to the future. And I was just like, get the fuck out. For real?
When you could control it too, all the way back then.
And it was just like, wow, that was like a moment where I was just like, this like gameplay mechanic and the space was so cool and new and fresh. My God. So that's my favorite memory from Destiny Year 1. What's our shittiest memory from Destiny Year 1, guys?
Bjorn?
He's pondering.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say shittiest memory. Honestly, there really is so few. I mean, I kind of already touched on it with kind of the loot drop system with people who would hang back and not.
Yeah, that definitely ruins it for people when other players are just not.
Yeah,
they're just being dickbags.
Yeah, and it's not. It's I wouldn't say it's my worst memory, but But that's definitely the one that sticks out the most, and it's such a well put together game that it's hard to say that this one defining moment, like when I think of worst memory, I think of I'm going to set my controller down, delete this fucking game, and like be like I'm out for a week. I've never had that moment.
And that's good for you too, because you also came in after a ton of changes and 2 huge expansions.
Yeah.
So you had a ass ton of content to burn through, and I'm sure for you that content is probably still fresh. Yeah,
it is very fresh. And okay, actually, my worst moment was realizing that was it. Like
for the campaign?
The campaign and the expansion content.
Oh yeah, because like, overall, like the content you can chew through quickly.
Yeah, and you know, like I had mentioned before, I'm used to giant immersive games like Mass Effect, and KOTOR. You know, really, you know, minimum like bare minimum 30-hour games.
Sure.
And that was kind of it wasn't the shittiest moment, but it was like, okay, you know, what do I do next? And then that's when Linux/Tim was like, nah, brah, come on. Come play with me and like jump into Crucible. Let's do this, let's do that. And he kind of opened my eyes. And it, you know, I almost thought it was like, oh wow, I spent $80 on this.
Yeah. I think one of the things that, and one of the reasons why Destiny gets a lot of hate is, overall, in comparison to other games, especially its most similar game, which is Borderlands, which has a crazy amount of content in comparison.
Yeah. Wow.
The difference is Borderlands has a shit ton of content, but not all of it is good. Destiny has a lot of content, and most of it is good and is designed to be replayed a lot. But the key in all of that, against the naysayers and anybody who doesn't like Destiny, is that if you don't have a good group to play with, it is not your game.
Yeah.
You know, if you're the dude who loves playing Metal Gear Solid 5, which I do, you know, that is a single player game. Yes, it's got some multiplayer, but like it's largely a huge ass open world single player game. You know, versus this is, you know, it's smaller, more crafted. But if you have the guys, you know, Destiny's story becomes less of Destiny's story, and it's more about the stories we're talking about. The shit that happened in Vault of Glass. You know, punching bosses, and like this sort of like exterior meta or scenario to what Bungie has created. Yeah. Because it's our war stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well said.
Yeah. Perfect.
So what's your shittiest moment there, Killbot? Because if you don't got it, I totally have mine lined up.
I guess my shittiest moment is when I got the last word exotic hand cannon from the Gorgon chest. And Xur sold it the day after. It was a Thursday that I got that exotic, and then
was that the first time Xur had sold it?
Yeah, the first time.
So okay, that's funny because that's where I got my last word.
Yeah.
And I think I had such an abundance of strange coins. I was like, man, he hasn't sold anything really cool. So at that point in the game, I was still pretty fresh. So all I was doing was buying the armor engram.
Yeah.
And that's all I was doing. And I was like, oh man, I was like, last word. I was like, and I text up Tim and he's like, dude, get it. I was like, sweet. So I bought it. And I was like,
Yeah, so the shitty thing is my favorite memory and my shittiest memory are the same memory, basically. Because I was so happy to get the last word. I was like, I got the last word, nobody else has it. And then Xur sold the next day, and everybody I knew had enough strange coins, and they just bought it. And it was like, oh, great, now everybody has it.
Right.
My exotic isn't, unique, because everybody else has it. But I was the first one to use it, a lot, and at least out of the people I knew. And then just destroy with it, because even now it's still such a good gun.
It's better when you don't aim with it now.
Yeah,
I think was always there.
That was always the intention.
It's still good even if you do. It just doesn't have the range that it used to.
Well, that's okay though. It doesn't need that range.
Yeah, from my own personal experience though, it doesn't have the same accuracy nerfs that Last Word and Hawkmoon do. Because I can't hit shit with those guns anymore. I just get destroyed. And
that was one thing about last word that playing against people that did have it, they were too much about trying to aim it, and they would get, good damage. But I would
The glitch.
while they were getting the good damage, I was running in with my scout rifle, and then as soon as I got close enough, I'd draw that thing and just absolutely just blow them apart with the almost instant 6 rounds.
Yeah.
And it's just funny watching people like get murked so many times like that. I think I've had people rage quit.
Yeah,
4 or 5 times.
It was such a strong gun. I think it's still really strong. It's not what it used to be, but it's still really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much my shittiest moment. It's the same as my favorite moment, which is getting the last word, and then he sells it the next day. It's kind of a strange...
Destiny does funny things like that.
Yeah, exactly.
So my shittiest moment from Destiny Year 1 is extended runtimes on Prison of Elders. I love the idea of Prison of Elders. I love feedback.
Your feedback.
You're getting fuck off. Is just Prison of Elders in general. Like, it was such a huge letdown to me.
It was.
The first time through everything, it was cool. I liked the little extra mechanics that they gave all of the bigger bosses. The Skolas fight is interesting. But the problem with that is, like, none of it, it's rushed. It feels quickly put together as an excuse for we're not going to have a raid.
Lack of a raid, yeah.
And I get what they're trying to do with it, but it's not anywhere near the level of quality that Bungie's previous firefight was in Halo ODST or Halo Reach in terms of even what they're doing there. Because the thing that sticks out to me in comparison to the rest of Destiny is it's not fun. It looks cool. There's lots of stuff to do with it. There's a treasure chest room.
It's a nice idea, basically.
But it was poor. It was poorly executed.
It's super fucking tedious, and it
it really is.
Like, I was trying to run Bjorn with it for the first time so that he could maybe get his triumphs before the year officially resets into year 2.
Yeah, which is Tuesday.
And he's one level lower, and it's just
no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Skolas.
Yeah. I just need Skolas.
The shitty fucking fight.
Yeah.
Did you get the other triumphs?
No, I haven't done Atheon. I need my 50 public events.
Do you know how many you need for that?
No, I need like not even 20.
Oh, okay. Well,
I can burn that out this weekend.
Yeah.
But no, it
is so hard.
Skolas fight is
like, I've done
so
Skolas
tedious.
many times, but even with the best hardcore raid team, like a clan team, like, it's fucking hard, and it's stupid hard, and it's no reason for that.
There's the artificial level cap.
Yeah. Like, there's a difference between a hard raid that's designed well, which is what the raids are, versus a boss that has all this extra mechanics, and it's too hard.
And it's a fucking bullet sponge.
Yeah. It's bullshit.
Yeah. Actually, that's a good point. That was probably one of, because, me and Tim we have a really great gameplay. They like team play together. Like, we know how to like run off each other. He can give me a simple command and not explain in too much depth. Yeah. And I can get to where I need to go. Whereas this was, you had like, we would sit and be like, all right, we got to wait for our super to charge. Okay, now we're going to break left. Okay, now follow me. Okay, now scatter. And it's like, whoa, fucking scatter. Like, that makes no sense. And then it was, okay, now you're all dead.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, what? We didn't scatter enough? Fuck.
Pretty much.
Fuck Skolas. He's a bitch.
Yeah.
Okay, so the final thing that we're gonna hit up on this premiere episode of Agents of the Nine, I want to hear what each of your guys' one thing is that you want to see in the third Destiny raid, King's Fall. Like, what's like a scenario or a mechanic or a boss? Like, what's the one thing that you want to see in that raid that hasn't been done in the previous raids?
Okay. Personally, I would like to see almost like a Crucible style, where it's, you have the main boss,
Mhm.
but then you have a 6-person team fighting for said boss, and then a 6-person team fighting against. But the 6-person team fighting with the boss has all the buffs that the boss can give
Huh.
them,
That's pretty crazy.
including all the
what you're describing right
yeah,
there.
all the amalgamations that they're talking about for the PvE classes. Like they're talking about Cabal with
Oh, so you want to see you get to the raid boss and suddenly you're up against another raid team, but they have the powers of the Taken?
yeah,
Oh, that'd be pretty
interesting.
fucking
but
baller.
with limited
crazy.
weapons.
Limited weapons,
Yeah,
yeah.
no, like strict
More abilities, maybe?
Yeah, more abilities, but limited weapon style. Like maybe certain exotics, but I think it would be awesome to see kind of almost a like a Left 4 Dead 2 style where
Yeah, I
you
can see that.
have players playing the enemy team, and they have all these different buffed characters, and they have to work in unison just as much as we do
Mhm.
as an opposing team. So like you have someone who can blitz in and scatter a squad, but they can't do a lot of damage.
Sure.
And then so you have your essentially a berserker that rushes in and tries to scatter people away. Then you have your kind of slow rolling tanks that kind of sweep up the edges. And then you have your long distance snipers picking off those people that are still trying to pull their tactics together.
Crazy.
I think that would be awesome. But like I said, limitations on their weapons, but having the amalgamations of the different like
The Taken stuff, yeah.
the Taken stuff. I think that would be amazing.
I agree.
And I think that
That's a great idea.
if
Brilliant
you if you
Too much
picked
praise, I'll stick it back. You suck.
yeah, it's awesome. It's fucking perfect. But I think another interesting aspect to add to that would be to, you pick your class just like how you pick your hunter and you pick your titan. And you go in there specifically to level up this character and get a certain ranking or certain things for said character.
Right.
And then, you could even spawn that into even another style of Crucible.
Pretty ballsy. Killbot?
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, I like the idea of blending PvE and PvP together. That's kind of a cool thing. But I guess what I want the most out of King's Fall is probably going to be very similar to what already exists in Vault of Glass. I want like a cool, strategic, like puzzly sort of raid.
Sure.
I want like interesting mechanics and things like that. I think maybe a little more because, like, let's face it, the jumping puzzle in Vault of Glass isn't really a puzzle. It's pretty
But
easy
it's
to
fucking
figure out.
hilarious, though.
It's hilarious, yeah.
Is that the one
but
where
I
you
mean-
have to jump around the corner or you fall off the
Yeah,
cliff and die?
That's the one.
You're
pretty
like, yeah,
much.
just jump by it. No, yeah, you fucking got me on that one too, dick.
yeah, the disappearing platforms, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there are more of those in King's Fall. I think we saw them in the trailer, but
Yeah.
or at least in the Dreadnought. But
Yeah.
I want like actual puzzles, like something that you have to have players separate and communicate, and
Yeah.
I want like really interesting and like intriguing mechanics for the raid. I think that'll make it the most fun, even though we'll figure it out easily. I think it's a tough relationship because you have to tie like mechanics that are sort of like puzzles, but once people figure them out, they'll know how to do it, easily and over again, repetitively.
See, and that's kind of why I like having the live human team versus
Yeah.
against you, because you can't figure out another team as easily as you could another
It's
another
true.
another
It would make
puzzle
the raid
mechanic.
different
It
every
would-
damn time.
Yeah, it would make the raid different. It would make it obscenely competitive,
Yeah.
and But I think a puzzle type like that would be amazing too.
Yeah, I think. Well,
Yeah,
I think
Because
you need. I think,
Vog's puzzle was awesome.
Yeah,
Really
it was great.
difficult for me.
yeah, you had to figure it
Yeah.
out. Like even with the Templar, you have to know how to use the relic and shoot the super at the Templar to get his shield down. Then you have a limited amount of time to hurt him. Like it's cool. They're nice mechanics. I think you need a balance between mechanics, Puzzles, I think, I want to see more of is puzzles. I don't think they really exist a whole lot, but they do exist. But you need a balance between mechanics, which are really important, which I didn't really touch on, puzzles, and also good gameplay. Like, for instance, the Legions sections of Conflicts.
Vault of Glass, where you gotta go hide from a fucking onslaught.
Either you hide from them, or you just make orbs out of them in the middle with Obsidian Mine and Void Bomb, and you just constantly make orbs, and everybody just constantly keeps wrecking.
Fist bump, nice. Warlock Master Race.
Yeah, exactly, right? Warlock Master Face.
Fucking
and then
stupid.
Stupid Warlocks.
Warlock's the best, dude.
I'm sorry, you're having trouble jumping, Bjorn?
Right.
No, not anymore.
But at least, Filthy Hunter stole our blink, so
yeah, whatever.
It's hard to jump when I smash.
So
in the face
here's my thing, and I think it's totally possible because Bungie has done it before in video games. What I want to see is after we've delivered the last bullet or sword or whatever fucking object we got to use to kill Oryx with, I want to see a tiny cutscene where he's just like, "Fuck you, Guardians," and he triggers a bomb, and you just see a blink 5-minute timer appear in the corner, and then boom, it says across the screen, Sparrow Link enabled, and you have to fucking Sparrow race out of the Dreadnought before it blows up.
That would be cool.
Let me just say this. That was just terrible.
Oh my god! Shit. Fuck you!
I'm sorry, Resident Evil 4.
Just because you had a good idea. I want my race against fire, action movie style. God damn it!
No,
That's what I want.
that would be a fun little mechanic.
Yeah.
Except for you're on a Dreadnought, which is presumably hovering, so you're gonna Sparrow out of a hovering vehicle into nothingness.
I don't know. There'll be like a warp gate or something,
or
to
crashing
safety.
into the earth.
Or maybe the Queen shows up at the end and is like, "Hurry up and board the ship."
Or maybe the stranger will like come out of nowhere and hold your hand while you fall to your death. And
what do you mean hold your hand while you fall to your death? What does that even mean?
This is the moment I've been waiting for. And then you wake up from a dream and you're like, "Oh God, that was just like a 5-year-old's dream."
Wow, this went in very strange and unexpected directions. Exactly. I don't know what's happening right now. Oh my goodness!
It's interesting end of the story, or part of the story.
Just no, that would be fun. Actually, that was.
Good thing I'm an EXO because she's an EXO, so
and
EXOs belong together.
Still, a giant question mark. Who the fuck is that?
Maybe we'll know more. Maybe we'll know more on the 15th. Anyways, that about does it for our first show of Agents of the Nine. We have a question of the week here that we ourselves will participate in, which we'll answer next week. But you can write in or tweet at us what your answer is to this question. And the question
Do I gotta get a fucking Twitter account now?
No, I got one.
Okay, cool.
It's all good. You don't have to do shit. Just sit there. just sit there, drinking your beer, smoking your pipe.
I will fucking drink my beer.
So the question of the week is: what is your favorite year one gun and armor piece? That is the question of the week.
Oh, dude, you know what they should do?
What?
Add armor pieces. Add Codpieces.
Codpieces?
Jesus.
So you can actually wear the Destiny logo?
on your fucking junk. That'd be awesome. Or whatever your clan logo would be. That'd be fucking savage.
Only Codpieces with your clan logo.
Actually, that would be fucking savage.
That would be savage. Yeah,
that would be sure. Like it does nothing but other than what's up, repping my shit.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That'd be pretty wacky.
Don't do that.
Hey there, Guardians. Just a quick heads up. I managed to snag Buzz and Damien again, so I'm going to insert them here and have their thoughts on the questions that we asked on this show before I managed to publish this show. So we're going to take a real quick break. Word from our sponsor, which should have been somewhere in the show anyway, but this is the pilot, so, just roll with it. We're not that kind of fancy podcast. The Citadel, Arrival, is the first installment in a series of epic science fiction short stories reminiscent of the Pulp Fiction style. It's a fast-paced story that will take you through twists and turns that you will not expect, until they are thrust upon you with all the force, excitement, and chaos of a plasma cannon blast. The story follows Katarl, a nobody cog in the working wheels of a futuristic society run completely by Megacorp, a corporation that carefully runs and manages the lives of the people living under its sphere of power. On one of Katarl's few and far between days off from work, an outing he had hoped would be fun and relaxing turns into an explosive adventure that drags him kicking and screaming into situations and challenges that will make him question every aspect of his life. Watch this colorful tapestry unfurl as Katarl and his newfound allies find their way through this classic, yet oddly surprising tale of good and evil, where nothing is quite what it appears to be. That's The Citadel, Arrival by author Tim K. Trotter, available right now on Amazon Kindle Store and iTunes iBookstore for only $2.99. Alrighty, Buzz, how about what's your favorite memory or moment that stands out to you from Destiny Year 1?
Man, well, there's definitely a lot to choose from, and if we had time, I could probably bend your ear for a good hour or so talking about some of my favorite moments. I think two really stand out though, and the first is, like many people, the time I got my first exotic, and so it happened. I got a legendary engram, and this is back when the Cryptarch was not very generous, and they often decrypted into blues.
Yeah.
So this is pre-patch. And surprisingly, it turned into an exotic. And at the time, I didn't know too much about exotics. This is pretty early on into, my Destiny career. I didn't know which ones were good, which ones weren't. And luckily for me, it ended up being, one of the best ones you can get, and that's, is Gjallarhorn.
Oh, really? That was your first exotic?
It was, yeah. It was.
What?
And I remember texting, my brother-in-law who I play with that night, because he had just gotten off, and he saw me get the engram, but he didn't see me decrypted, and so I texted him, and he was freaking out because he had already knew how good it was. So,
and he didn't have it yet.
He didn't have it yet because
wow.
I was out of the two of us, I was the first to get one.
Oh, that's crazy.
I had been playing a little longer than him at that point.
I didn't know that.
A week or two after. Yeah, he started a week or two late because he took some convincing to join.
That's crazy. Been playing with you for almost a year now, and these things that I never knew.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool though. That's super lucky. You must have felt super good about that.
I did, and that was probably all my luck though, because almost it seems every time I want something, my brother-in-law gets it.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Also been playing with him for almost a year, and it seems like he's the luckier one. But
he is. And
I guess that was the compensation. You're like, you get Gjallarhorn, but then your brother-in-law gets everything else.
Yeah, but that's usually how it goes with him in games. The gods of chance definitely favor him.
Yeah.
My second favorite memory though is probably the first time we beat Atheon in hard mode, and that was something we've been struggling on for a long time, and one, to get leveled up, and two, to grind and get that gear to be 30. And I remember doing it, and it's a very challenging thing to do at a 29. A couple of 29s, a couple of 30s, and a lot of people kind of take that for granted now who joined later in the game.
Yeah, it's super
they don't
true.
remember that struggle, but it was a very rewarding experience to have that happen. So.
Yeah, especially because that particular raid was, in my opinion, the better designed raid of the two.
Oh, definitely of the two so far. Hopefully not the best though, because hopefully King's Fall will be good.
I'm really hoping King's Fall somehow blows my mind.
I hope it will too.
Yeah. So, what is your shittiest memory from Destiny Year 1? Pre-patch.
Yeah. Well, man, it's probably closely tied to actually my favorite memory, and that's waiting forever for that last piece of gear to be level 30. I think I was waiting on my Warlock. I was waiting on my gauntlet. Surprisingly,
yeah.
I had the helmet, had the boots and the chest, but I did not get the gauntlets till forever.
Could have been worse. She could have been me.
Could have been you. Yeah, could have been you.
I was 29 up into and to the finish of the first Crota raid.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty.
Yeah.
It's pretty harsh.
And actually, like after we, I didn't make my third character until probably the Crota raid, but I had made my Titan about midway through the VOG runs, and I probably just about a month ago finally got the last piece for his set.
Yeah.
And the Hunter, I'm still missing, I think, 2 pieces. So yeah, that RNG is not good for the VOG, but
yeah, I think I'm still missing like a chess piece or something for my Titan.
Yeah,
and then I've got both raid
hard.
sets.
I mean, the way they did the Crota raid was definitely better in terms of RNG, and I'm hopeful
Agreed.
King's Fall is going to be just as good. It looks like in terms of the RNG, and they actually have some consumables. I don't know if you looked. That increases your odds of one. There's the one Xur selling.
Right. That's right. Xur's gonna have like another coin or a token or something.
The 3 of coins that you can buy to increase your chance of getting exotic from whatever the next boss you beat is. But then there's actually a couple that drop in the raid itself that you can use to increase your chance of getting a drop from the next boss you beat in the raid. So that's pretty cool.
That'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how all that works and what new mechanics we'll find there. Speaking of King's Fall, the raid, this ended up turning to be quite a good question, I think, for our first episode. But what is the one thing that you want to see in the King's Fall raid?
Oh man, that's a good question. Well, it's kind of a tie. One is definitely some good mechanics. I feel like Crota had some different ones. They were very rush type. The very aggressive raid in general. Some of the ones I've always thought were going to be interesting that you and I have talked about before, and you and I and some of the other people is just what would happen if they divided the fire team up at parts, like forced us to be in 2 groups for different things. And I thought that would be a cool mechanic. The second thing is probably just some good story elements. As many people know, Destiny's kind of been lacking on that front for a while, and the story's there in the grimoire cards, and you can tell that the people have put time into the backstory and the lore. But hopefully, we can finally get to see some of that in King's Fall. They've kind of done a database mine and found pieces of the raid gear, and the ones for the Warlock are particularly interesting because they mentioned some of the Hive princes that you fight in the Sword of Crota mission. So I wonder if they're going to make an appearance. Some of them mentioned the Daughters of Oryx in the flavor text. So.
Oh God, we're going to have to kill his daughters now too?
Yeah, so... killed his son already. Might as well get his daughters too.
Might as well start going down the family tree.
Yeah. So I think if we can bring in some story elements there, it will definitely make that raid something to remember.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, and it's impossible that they might, based on everything, and especially how heavy they've been hitting. There will be lots of cutscenes in this Taken King. Yeah, but we'll find out soon enough.
We will indeed.
Alrighty, Buzz. Is there anything else you wanted to just talk about for this first ever Agents of the Nine podcast?
I'm just excited to see where it goes, and just getting a chance to answer some questions. I kind of tend to consider myself a lore hunter, and I love reading lore and stuff. So, if you got questions like that, want to talk about it, feel free to, just send some questions in for the podcast so we can talk about them. But I'm really excited. I think it's gonna be some good stuff.
Yeah, I think it's definitely gonna be good, and definitely having you on board for the podcast and being both an experienced player and very knowledgeable about stats and data mining. Like I didn't even know that thing that you said about
the raid gear.
Yeah, and Oryx's daughters and stuff. Like I was a little bit like, where the hell did you hear that shit?
Oh yeah, that was I looked at that. That's on Planet Destiny. They have an article about that, and if you click on it, you can go into the Destiny database, not the armory, because they're hidden in the armory right now, but they are in the Destiny database. and look at some of that flavor text and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I figured there's going to be a data mine after the 2.0
There
update.
is, yeah.
Because I figure all the content's probably already there. And
It's just
there maybe might be like a megabyte download to like unlock it on Tuesday morning or something. But they said, what'd they say? They said it was going to be available 12 p.m. Eastern time, which is 9 p.m. on Monday for us on the West Coast. So I don't know if it actually will be available at that time period. That'd be kind of nice.
Or they may zone lock it so it comes out in waves across.
Yeah, I mean,
I hope not, but
I would think. I mean, I don't know. Like, if Bungie's good at one thing, like they've proven that they're way better at handling server issues and stuff than a ton of other companies. So I don't know. It may be like a zone rollout just to sort of like bear the load of the servers. But
yeah, that's true.
Like there was some data about how much the game is online and like how much is run on servers, and they were saying that like they have server installations like all across the country that scales to both where you are and in relation to like your other players that you have that are playing from like different parts. Like with like when I'm playing with you, apparently you and I are playing on two different servers that are communicating to each other is sort of the idea, which sounds really complicated in my non-game developer-y opinion.
Well, it makes it a little more interesting that they've kept it as stable as it has been. I mean, yeah, there's been lag issues in Crucible, but never really too many downtime.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that just comes from the experience of Bungie, and all of the Halo games except for Halo 1, had like really, really kind of ridiculous, stellar, and like forward-thinking and just well thought out and stable multiplayer. So I think that's definitely their strength for sure. Yeah.
Yep. We shall see.
So nothing else?
I think that's it.
All right, Damien. So what is your favorite memory or moment from Destiny Year 1?
Favorite memory well, it would have to be when me, you, and Killbot came off of that 0-4 victory. Trials of Osiris. I think that had topped the cake, because before that it was like Trials of Osiris was just not fun for me before that. It was just
I remember you saying that, because like you play a lot of Crucible, right?
I play a whole lot of Crucible.
And I remember you saying, man, like Trials like isn't my thing. And I was like, are you kidding me? Like Trials should be your thing, And then I think it was like, what was it? You hadn't been to the lighthouse yet. And then
hadn't been to the
I
lighthouse,
was like,
man.
it's like, meet my boy Killbot here. We're taking you to the lighthouse.
and that was also before I had like got really serious of like playing Crucible 2. Like I would play it, but I was still heavy on the PvE side, but the Trials of Osiris gear and stuff just looked so nice. And I wanted to experience the weapons, but I just couldn't get past 4 wins, and it got really frustrated. So before that, I think I had stopped playing Trials for like 3 weeks. So it was just like Friday came around, didn't phase me. I was like, you know what? Screw that. I don't care. And then when we made it to the lighthouse, that was just like, wow, and it was even more exciting because, like you said, I never been, and we were down at 4-0 at the 9th game. I was like, well, I was just happy at that point to get to that far, And we came back and won that. It was something unbelievable. It was something that was unheard of, and ever since then, it's just been, that with the triple rec tweet, that just propelled it to a whole nother level. And so now when I play Trials, I'm a totally different person.
It's because what's up now.
I'm actually helping people get there. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that was my favorite. Prior to that, it was down in Crota straight up for the first time.
Oh yeah. I think everybody was. I feel like when the general internet consensus on Destiny, Atheon was a big deal, but like when everybody killed Crota, like there's all these videos of people like blowing up their microphones and stuff and yelling with jubilation and joy over that kill.
Yeah, because it was just you could feel their pain, and I think mainly that because it was just so Crota was just so damn glitchy, man. Like it was just so buggy, and the hard mode was even worse than that. The lag was something serious. When you just go and fight Crota, and then just something obscene happens. A gatekeeper walks in the throne room. Crota jumps off the platform.
Mm-hmm.
Crota walks in the throne room. It was always something arbitrary that should not have happened.
Sure.
Because of glitch, and so after going 4 or 5 or 6 hours, and then you finally down them, it was just something that was unbelievable. Actually, that was kind of like the pivotal moment that when Skolas went down for me, when I finally
Skolas is a bitch.
Skolas was hell, dude. Like, and I actually got it on a video. I think that's on my clan YouTube. We spammed him. We was like, screw this. We got galleys. We're just knocking him out, But to play him straight up was actually it was satisfying, but it was very, very difficult because we did it before the burn nerf.
Oh yeah, so, yeah. Me too. Me too.
So like going through that with arc burn, that is that's torture to the 20,000th power, So because everything is shooting at you with arc, and it's just it's the worst. But yeah, man, like I can go on for days how many my favorable moments of year one, but I think the 0 to 4 comeback, that's number one.
Yeah,
that
there's nothing like losing really hardcore, and then in the last match holding off so long that you win the entire match. Nothing like a clutch victory in Destiny.
Yeah.
All right. So the second question to you is, what is the shittiest memory you have from Destiny Year 1?
Shittiest memory. Dismantling my Fatebringer.
Oh.
Dismantling my Fatebringer. And it was because...
like on accident or because of...
No, purpose. Because it was a time... If you play OG Destiny, okay, so now, for the newcomers that's playing for Destiny, okay, you're not going to understand the struggle that we went through day one trying to level up to get to level 30, and gear mattered. And the only way to get that gear was through the Vault of Glass.
Super hard.
It was ridiculously hard. So new players would never experience that. So it was that was a time where I was just stuck on 29. Literally, I got to, when I first ran Vault of Glass, that raid came out like mid to late September. Okay, like by beginning of October, the week after the hard raid came out, I had got the boots and I had got the gauntlets in the same run. I had an exotic helmet. I was like, okay, cool. All I need is a chest piece and I'll be level 30. This was the beginning of October, okay? I hadn't got my chest plate until Thanksgiving. That's how difficult it was. I'm trying to set the stage. That's how difficult it was for me to get my chest plate. And mind you, I was only running one character at the time. I just had my Titan. So I didn't have my hunter on my Warlock.
I'm trying to cry. I'm trying to cry for you, but I started doing Vault of Glass in early October, and then I did not hit level 30 until the first victory against Crota.
Gosh.
So I did that all as 29, represent under level.
Then for 29, it's heavy.
So I was 29 for months and months.
Yeah, like it was almost to the point with me that I was like, this close. If I wish you had a camera so you could see how close my two fingers are. This close to trading in Destiny, because I was like, you know what? Two things are going to happen. I'm never going to get this chest plate, and I'm trading this game in, or B, I'm just going to give up and wait to the dark below and just get the level 30 that way. You know. But with that said, so this is mid-October, and we're running Vault of Glass, and I'm on a hunt for my chest plate, right? Not even thinking about the helmet, because I was like, the helmet at that time, the odds of that dropping was astronomical. So I didn't even have that ever in thought to getting. I feel like the chest plate was more obtainable, more in reach, you know. But anyway, this is mid-October, and we just downed the Templar, and someone in my raid team got a chest plate, and I was so pissed. I was like, I was so pissed. I ended up getting a pair of gauntlets, which I already had, and I got a Fate Bringer. Now, at that time that I got the Fate Bringer, my first exotic drop ever was the Hawk Moon. I had got the Hawk Moon a week prior to that, and then a few days after I got the Hawk Moon, I had just finished the Thorn Bounty. So I just had two exotic hand cannons, which I really wasn't using hand cannons at all anyway at that moment. So I was like, I'm not going to use this. I just got two exotic hand cannons. I want my chest plate dismantled. And I dismantled my Fate Bringer. And it wasn't only until months later, like House of Wolves had been like a week or 2 weeks in, coming and find out, Fate Bringer, that's probably one of the nastiest hand cannons in the game. And I was like, crap, I just dismantled it. And it took me forever to get it back. Man. But I got it back. So, yeah.
Well, indeed. All right. So the other question we got here is, so King's Fall raid, third raid of Bungie's Destiny ever, coming out next week. What is the one thing that you want to see in this new raid?
I want to see something that is going to force the raid team to work together, like in Vault of Glass, you know, where you have a relic holder, and the relic holder is taking down the Templar, and you are shooting him down. You're depending on that relic holder to stay alive and take down that Templar while you take him out. Even at Atheon, you know, you're depending on the relic holders to get through that portal unscathed, you know, and you guys take out Atheon. I want something like that. I want something that's going to force all 6 members, you know, whether it's 3 people do something and other 3 people do something. It could be even something where, let's say you have a boss and one set of fire team leaders have to pull the boss to a certain point where they get weak at a certain zone, and then the rest of the fire team come in and finish. You know, something that makes you think, makes you strategize, makes you look at Destiny at a whole nother perspective of what you do. Because if you play Crota, you know, cheese it or straight up, that could be. There were times where I used to just solo Crota just for the hell of it, just because I was bored and I wanted to see if I could get a Galahorn at the Death Singer.
Have you soloed Crota?
Yeah.
Good God, man. You're hardcore.
Yeah.
But you're also a hunter main, so I get you. Using those hunter cheat strats.
Yeah, man. So it's like, that shouldn't happen, though. That's the thing. You should not be able to solo a raid. It's a raid.
Sure.
You shouldn't be able to, you know, so I don't want that experience again. I want an experience where, you know, we're all doing something, because like in Crota, you know, if you're a hunter, it's a hunter's raid, you know, even jumping across the bridge and sitting there is so boring that that's why I hated running the sword. I'm like, I'm not running the sword over that bridge because I got to sit there and it's boring. I want to shoot stuff.
Sure.
You know, but I want something that's just going to force all 6 of us to say, hey, this boss is only effective if we do this, this, and this, and we have to come at him this, and this way, you know. So that's what I want most of all.
Pretty crazy.
man.
All right, cool. So the last thing that we have here, which ended up being kind of different, like it was going to be a question to everybody, but it ended up being evenly dispersed throughout the rest of the podcast. But I'll ask you directly anyway. What's just some points that you'd like to tell our audience? Thoughts, concerns, having delved into Destiny 2.0, literally playing it the last couple of days. Like what's what's good, what's bad. Not in super detail. Like we're gonna go way more detail into 2.0 once the complete full patch notes are out in another episode. But like, what's just some general talk of that?
Well, my main thing that I like about it is, and it's funny because I've always been more of a PvE person.
Sure.
Opposed to PvP. I would play PvP, but I was, as far as Destiny, I bought it mainly for the PvE, in which you can do socially in the open world. This was the first expansion where I was more excited for PvP than PvE.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, very excited. I just finished streaming some Mayhem Clash, and I'm probably going to go back into it once we finish this.
Cool.
It's I'm having a ball. It's probably the most fun I've had in Crucible in a long time. Maybe the most fun I've had in a multiplayer shooter.
More fun than Trials?
Yeah, I think so. Right now.
Oh wow. Okay.
And the funny thing was, prior to that, if I wasn't playing Trials and Elimination was on the board, that would be all I played was Elimination, because I love the methodical style of it.
Oh, I love that too.
You can plot and re-scheme if something doesn't work. I love that about Trials.
Yeah.
But with Mayhem Clash, I like Rift a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's still some things that need to be fixed about Rift. Mainly those spawn points. Those spawn points are kind of but especially if it's on the wrong map, like, I don't know, man. Like some of those spawn points where it's been times where I've spawned right beside the enemy player, and it's like, are you kidding me? So that's a little issue right there. But yeah, other than that, I'm really excited for the PvP mode. We haven't even touched control. I'm sorry, not control, zone control. So when that's basically dealing with controlling territory, kills doesn't even matter in that mode. But
yeah,
I'm excited for that. I think overall, it took me a minute day one of 2.0 to get used to it, just because the UI, the interface is different. But I like that. I like the new Dinklebot, well, Nolan North in that way. But in the end of it all, I think what could be better, and it was just something that I came to a conclusion. I like Nolan North, but he really hasn't put that much of an impact than Dinklage did. And I think that's solely just because of the writing.
Well, I read an article today on Kotaku.com, and it was an article and a video comparing Nolan North bot to Dinklebot, Peter Dinklage bot, and the article basically asserted that we know once and for all what was wrong with the Ghost in Destiny, and it was Bungie's writing, not either acting. Because the complaint on Dinklebot was that he sounded too dry, and now the complaints on Nolan Northbot is that in some sequences, he's added a little bit of a different inflection, even though he's got to stick to the same script. But the complaint about Nolan is that he's doing a higher voice. I mean, we know he has a really broad voice acting range because he's a professional voice actor, one of the best, right? But the complaint is that he sounds like 343 Guilty Spark from the Halo games now, which I find super ironic.
Right.
I'm hoping on the 15th that that new script of the new story we'll see maybe more animated Ghost.
And that's what I think. That's what I thought. That's why they probably brought Nolan North in. This was just a rendition or a remaster of what Dinklage did. But
Sure.
I think the whole reason is for him to do the stuff beyond. He probably gives a whole different performance beyond House of Wolves. So
Yeah,
it's just
I would bet. Yeah.
it's just to see that. Like me personally, like my issues about and I didn't notice it until Nolan North, until Nolan North. My issue was that I wish they would have made the Ghost and your Guardian more of a personal relationship. And when I
Sure.
mean that, I wish they would have gave them like this brotherly relationship where they banter, they go back and forth, they act,
Well,
even like in the scene,
yeah. Well, like having gone through a bunch of Peter Dinklage old stuff specifically to throw into this lovely podcast, like
Right.
one of my favorite lines from the original Vanilla Destiny non 2.0 was when they meet the stranger on Venus,
Right.
and whichever your character is like something something, they're their little light, and then the ghost is like, don't do that.
Right.
Like if they have more of that with the more personality that I know Nolan North can bring, I think it'll be good. My complaint is that he went higher with the voice, and I liked the deepness of Peter Dinklage's voice in the Ghost. Like it gave it a like a regal quality, or like a I don't know. But I've also been playing with it for a year, so I'm probably biased. Like I'm used to it.
Even with that voice though, with the deep voice, he could have been mildly sarcastic, and it would have worked.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing though, because that's all Bungie's voice directing. Because Nolan can do all sorts of voices. Like I'm honestly, like when I heard he was going to voice it, I was thinking he was going to go a little deeper, and he was going to do like a slight British accent. Like I think that would have been great, like almost like a Jarvis.
Yeah,
that would have been awesome, because he could have
nice.
nailed that. But instead, they took it of similar to Dinklage, but put it up a couple octaves, and then added a little bit of his own flair, but just a hint.
Yeah, see, my thing is, I wish they could have went like, like in the cutscene, not even a cutscene, but they could have did, I guess, a little Naughty Dog-ish, where the in-game banner back and forth, like say, mostly in the storyline of Destiny, you get to a certain point, the ghost scans the room, you protect the ghost from the horde, right?
Mhm.
It would have been nice had they would have did just those little teeny dialogues where, the ghost could have said, well, put me here, let me scan the area. And
Well,
you could have said, put me here, let me
they're
scan
gonna
the
have
area.
that though.
Yeah, but when he said, like, that point, he could have been like, well, put me here, let me scan the area. And he turns around to the Guardian, was like, and try not to die this time. I'm always the one to save you. And the Guardian goes back, he goes back and forth with him.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, that would have been
It would have
great.
gave him more of a connection. You can't connect with the ghost if the Guardian doesn't connect with the ghost. They just more seem like Guardian and ghost, and not brother and brother.
I agree.
So that's where I wish they would have came in better for. But they might do that in the Taken King. We don't know.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope we see that in Taken King.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Damien. That's let's see, we're probably about 18 minutes in there, and the podcast is already like 2 hours long.
Ooh.
Plus this 18 minutes, plus another 12 from Buzz. So I think we're gonna cut it there, just because it's so goddamn long. But yeah, no, that was good stuff. Good stuff, Damien, for sure.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
So before we close out here, we have a contact sheet here, and
are we gonna answer the question of the week?
We'll answer it next time we do a podcast, so the listeners can participate, and then we'll answer along with their shit. Also, because we're running out of time.
Gotcha.
Cool here. So, if you guys stick with this mountain of shit that I'm going to deliver into your ear holes, we have, yeah, right. We have a Red Bull quest code to give away at the end of this.
Ooh, what?
Yeah, we have a quest code. You don't get it. This is for the audience. This is for their participation.
I want it. Give it to me.
Yeah, I want it.
Well, if you guys are the first to redeem it, which would be horrible of you two, since this is pre-recorded and I have to edit this shit.
That sounds like me.
But if you stick around and listen after this mountain of shit is delivered to your ear holes, you can get a free code for a exclusive Red Bull quest, which we now actually have details of, which is a multi-stage quest. It's going to include 2 remixed strikes from the Taken King and 2 levels, and something to do with the ending step is you have to complete a strike within 15 minutes in order to get an exclusive item or reward or something. No, they mentioned the Shield Brothers.
Oh.
I think we can do that.
So it'll be interesting. I don't know. The more I'm learning about it, it sounds like not so shitty as people thought. But you also immediately get a redeem code for Focus Light, which is a 30-minute consumable that doubles your XP earned when you activate it, which is pretty baller.
Yeah,
it's going to be super useful on the 15th. So here we go. Agents of the Nine, a Destiny podcast. Remember to give us a review on iTunes or wherever you downloaded this podcast from. Don't forget you can connect to us on social media with on or through our Facebook page, facebook.com/Agents of the Nine, a Destiny podcast, and the 9 is spelled out with words. It is not the number. Whereas you can connect to us on Twitter @Agents of the 9, and the 9 on that is a number, so that's Agents of the number 9, Agents of the 9. You can send us an email, questions, comments, concerns, how you want us to shape the show going forward. We have lots of ideas, story content, getting in the lore, all sorts of planned segments and stuff. But for right now, we're freeballing it until we shape it up into the show that we like and you like too. You can email us at agentsofthe9@icloud.com. That's agentsofthe9@icloud.com. The 9 on that, I know it's super stupid, but that's the internet because shit's taken. Joke. I know, awful. Agents of the 9 there. The 9 is spelled out N-I. And terrible. That's going to be your thing now. We're, of course, available on iTunes, Stitcher Radio Network, Liberated Syndication, wherever all fine podcasts are not sold. And as I said, maybe? Did I say it? I don't remember. But remember to buy my science fiction adventure book called The Citadel Arrival.
Put plug here.
Plug, shameless plug.
Shameless
God
plug.
damn it. You want the code or not? You're going to get the plug. You can buy my sci-fi adventure book, The Citadel Arrival by Tim K.A. Trotter, which is available right now on Amazon Kindle Store and iTunes iBookstore for only $2.99. Get a free preview download if you go and visit those stores, so you can check it out beforehand. It's a short story, only 160 to 190 pages, depending on your screen size. Again, that's $2.99 on Amazon Kindle and iTunes iBookstore. So buy the book and support the show. Additionally, especially because Dame's not here, and he's one of the co-founders of the show, I frequently guest on Selfmadedame's other podcast that he does, Gamer Nation Radio, which you can find in the links. Bjorn's making faces at me, which you can't see right now, but he looks like an asshole doing it, so we're going to keep on talking. I also host a weekly show called Rising Tide, a Marvel Cinematic Universe podcast, your one-stop shop for all things Marvel, for movies, TV show, comics, and more, if you want to check that shit out there. But for now, this was the first goddamn episode of Agents of the 9. We're not your regular podcast. We swear, we bullshit, get real.
I drink, so
get real, get wrecked.
Yeah,
we should. We should do a drunk podcast.
Oh god, it'd be the best.
Oh,
alrighty,
man. I will get super fucked up.
All right, all right, but Killbot, we get it. We get the air horn.
All right. Perfect timing.
Killbot and Bjorn, would you gentlemen like to sign off?
We appreciate you guys for listening. I know it's a giant fucking shit show of a mess right now, but we are trying to make it work.
Yeah.
We take this, fairly seriously. We're very passionate.
Obviously.
And we would love to hear your feedback.
Except for when you're crap. Total
shit. But no, seriously, give us your feedback. Let us know where we can improve. This is just the first episode. We got lots of room for improvement. Yeah, we got lots of room for improvement, and we are open to all your suggestions.
Unless
comments, you're a dickbag. Unless you're a fucking sit back motherfucker who wants to loot, then I'm gonna fucking run you out. Yeah, you fucking AFK strike bitch. But seriously, throw us your comments, your suggestions. If you have ideas or have a topic that you want us to cover, we are more than welcome.
And remember, you can find me at mlgkb.youtube/baller because I never upload videos, so who cares?
And
Really, why would you give that out? You're just trolling now, Killbot. You're just taking the essence of Bjorn and you're siphoning off.
I just don't look at my YouTube channel. There's nothing. There's like 2 videos.
I didn't even know you had a YouTube channel.
I do. There's only 2 videos.
Oh, they probably suck.
It's terrible.
Just like you in Rocket League.
Unsubscribe from me, even though I have 0 subscribers.
Yeah.
Or just spam his YouTube account, I guess.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I do not have a tweeter or
a twatter.
Yeah, no, I don't have any of those. I don't have a YouTube. I'm just strictly on the show. If fans are so inclined, I can make said things and start loading videos and, be more directly contacted with them. Yeah. I'm more than willing. I just have never had the opportunity.
That's true. It's true. Because before, you and I always covered TV shows, and this is different for us.
Very true.
As podcasters. Killbot, besides that bullshit that you just spewed all over the airways...
Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have no videos. I'm so good.
What do you really want to say to close out the show?
I'm the best YouTuber ever with 2 videos.
No, but you might be one of the best Crucible players ever.
Not with the way you were getting wrecked earlier.
Don't you want me, brah?
Brah, come on. I'll shoulder smash the shit out of you.
I thought you were a hunter main.
I am. That's how good I am.
You'll play the worst class.
Worst class my ass when I come up and fucking stab you.
Oh, throw a hammer at your face after the 15.
He'll put up that void wall.
Yeah. True. And plus I got my arc bolts coming in.
Which got nerfed, nerd.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Get nerfed.
Alrighty.
Hey, Voidwalkers or Stormcallers are getting arc bolt in the next subclass. So get wrecked.
Mm-hmm.
With arc web.
Well, they still are blank, so we had to steal something from them. That's how it works.
Yeah, right, exactly. Tit for tat.
Alrighty, and once again, I am your host as always, Tim K.A. Trotter, signing off. Hope you enjoyed this inaugural episode of the podcast. We don't have a schedule for when the hell we pop up. We literally are like Xur. We show up whenever the fuck we feel like it. So looking forward for whenever the next one is.
Shows up every week at Friday morning.
What?
Except for every week, Friday morning. That's like...
I'm telling it to the stupid people who don't know when Xur shows up.
Well, I'm not going to be a trolling asshole.
Kindergarten.
Hey, man. I do what I can when I can.
So, as always, get wrecked, scrubs. Oh, shit. Forgot the code for that Red Bull Quest stuff. Cool. So the code is the number 4, the letter N as in noob, the letter N as in noober, the number 4, the letter H as in hive, the number V as in vex, which is not a number, but it's a letter, the number 3, and the number 4. Once again, the code is 4NN4HV34. It's like Fernun534 or something like that. But you can get that code at you can redeem that at redbullquest.com, and you can get a 30 minute double XP boost consumable for your Guardian, and you'll be able to run the Flame Sword quest on the 15th, and the details of that, which we said a little bit of, apparently has been leaked, that it'll be a multi-stage quest culminating in 2 remix strikes and something having to do with having to beat the Shield Brothers in under 15 minutes. Sounds like good stuff, and maybe even be exclusive rewards. Don't know. Maybe I'm making that up. Anyway, there's that code. Hope you enjoyed the show. Sorry, I forgot the code.
Dominic Armato, the voice of Guybrush Threepwood, and you're listening to a Dynamic Works production podcast.
Guardian down.
Don't do that.
Okay, I'm hearing you through my studio monitor headset now. I'm going to end the call and try a full call on all of them, now that it looks like the other two are fully online.
It's cool.
Killbot, Buzz,
Hello?
Hey,
Can you hear me?
Buzz.
Damien.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Hello?
Hello?
I see my monitor
Hello?
is showing sound level bars, but for some reason I can't hear you guys. Hold on, just do this to me.
This is Killbot. Can you hear me?
Killbot?
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you, Killbot. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Is it okay? Do I sound terrible because of this mic?
You sound fine.
Okay.
Killbot,
Yeah.
Buzz.
Yep.
All right, Damien.
Yep.
Groovy. Now Bjorn just needs to get his ass here. And we'll be golden. Oh yeah, let's get the mic test out of the way.
Alright, just give me a second.
Buzz, what
Yes.
I want you to do is I want you to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then say a sentence in a loud voice and then a quiet voice, please.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in normal voice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Buzz Lightyear to the rescue. Buzz Lightyear to the rescue.
Okay, you sound good. You only touched the yellow bar there a little bit, which is fine.
Okay.
It goes many, many green bars, a couple yellow bars, and then red. Killbot, who sounds like he's
Moving everything.
running around with his laptop,
Yeah.
and sounds so different, by the way.
Really?
Oh yeah,
That's surprising.
yeah. You sound so. I don't know. You sound younger. Sounds like
That's good. Well, I look young in real life, so
Oh yeah.
yeah.
That's probably that.
I can change my mic level.
So
You sound actually really great
Yeah?
right there.
Okay.
You just sound not like any Killbot I've ever heard before.
Okay. All right.
1 second. I gotta get the gate open for Bjorn,
And
and he'll be here in a second.
yeah, I can change my mic volume. Like I've done in the past. I can use ambient noise reduction as well, but when I've done that for recording music, it doesn't always work out that well, so I don't know.
You sound fine to me.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright then. LC's on. Wow. What's he doing? Patrol on Venus. The clan drama, though.
Yeah, for real. So stupid.
Yeah, it really is. I'm not a fan.
Me neither.
I like Linux's picture thing with the warlock background. It's nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I want one of those warlock shirts, man. One of the
Bungie ones?
yeah, the Bungie ones with the.
Here, guys, we just need to get a headset.
Yeah, this mic should be decent because I've used it for recording music and it's not terrible. I I'm so lost with my inbox because I've only used it a couple times in class. So I'm not really familiar.
Fucking like Lapo Geppetto guy outside of X this year. Like when I was leaving, it wasn't like inside. Like, geek shit for sale! Geek shit for sale! And then I was like, what's that sticking out of his cart? I'm like, fucking get one of those.
I'll turn off this fan. I don't want ambient noise. There we go. It's so hot though, man.
This is just to hear. We're using the mic.
Still like in the 80s.
Do you want an Apple one, or do you want the... Let's do that PlayStation first.
It's taking a leak. What is that? Who's peeing right now?
Well, there's only going to be one bud either way. Yeah. You're just doing it to hear. Yeah. Like, it's all wired against this.
Okay. I moved my computer. I don't know if that changes anything level-wise. Do I still sound normal, or whatever? Double kill with the Axiom Bolt. Look, get him on level. Oh my god, Red Death is so freaking good. What?
Okay. Alright, Bjorn. Need you to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then say a sentence in a loud voice, and then a quiet voice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hello, hello. How are you guys?
I'm good.
That's your loud voice?
No, that's
your loud voice.
I was like, that is not your loud voice, bro.
No, my loud voice is exceedingly loud. This is my inside voice.
Your inside voice?
Yeah, I've had to learn this one.
Recently?
Yeah.
Okay.
Get shotgun, you're so bad.
What are you doing, Killbot? What are you doing?
Not Rift.
You fucking lying son of a bitch.
not
You
Rift.
lying son of a bitch.
I'm just so addicted to Rift, man. It's so fun.
When I've had this mic?
No, not with this mic.
Okay.
Oh my
Just
god, get destroyed, everybody.
Aim your voice instead of looking at me. Aim for the blue logo. But it's in general pretty badass. So
Okay, cool.
but, yeah. Okay, so we're all here, guys. So
By the way, I didn't do the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 thing. So I don't know.
we'll do that shit
All right, well, let me know.
now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm Killbot. Get on my
No,
level.
well,
You guys are all
stop.
scrubs, nerds.
Stop. You're loud.
Killbot.
You're
I'm
loud.
Killbot.
Adjust
Get
your
on-
gain. You can?
Okay, I can. How's that?
Well, I don't know. Talk more.
3, 4, 5. Get on my level. You guys are all scrubs. Oh god, damn it!
Oh, you're
Shotgun.
still pretty loud, bro.
Okay. How about this?
Go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I love Rift because I get wrecked by scrubs all day.
That was good into the last couple of lines, and then you redlined on me.
Really? Okay. Wow.
Yeah. Turn it
Really?
down a bit more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me turn my volume as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not a scrub. God damn it! Shoulder charge. You fucking.
That was worse. I kind of feel like it's auto
Maybe
adjusting to
wait,
compensate
no,
for your
it is.
fan.
It is. How do I change that?
It might be
No,
Mike's.
no,
Mike.
no. It doesn't change. Why did it change?
I'm trying to help you. Stop talking over me.
Oh, I'm
Go
just trying to speak loudly.
Go to your Mac settings.
Yeah, I already have.
Oh, okay. Try your
1,
Skype
2,
settings then for audio.
Okay, yeah, let's try that. Skype. Where do I change my settings?
Should be under Skype, and then preferences, and then there's a thing called audio video.
Home, maybe? No.
I guess it's
Oh.
not really really a setting there, is there? There's just volume. See that under audio video, under your microphone input, and you've got a bar there, and then there's a checkbox for automatically adjust microphone settings.
Wait, where is that?
Settings.
I'm at Skype, home, contacts. I feel like an old man. Oh, here.
By the Apple icon.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, Skype. Okay, yeah. Shut up! Preferences?
Hey, you're the one getting wrecked by scrubs.
Ooh.
I am. Well, actually, I came out on top of my team. 8 kills, and that was AFK after the game.
Okay, Killbot, focus.
Advanced? No.
Yes. Okay, so to the left of advanced, there's a blue
audio video.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah, unclick that shit.
Yeah, got it.
There you go. All right, let's try this again.
Volume. Okay. I don't know where to put it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get on my level. I'm Killbot. Get wrecked, nerds. Scrubs. How's that?
It was better. It's still loud.
So loud. Okay, I'll go down less than half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Are you adjusting the volume or the?
Yeah, the volume.
The gain on the Mac setting for the mic.
The volume on Skype, not the.
No. Go back to your gain setting on the Mac.
Okay.
Now that you've unclicked that auto adjust.
Okay. How about this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm Killbot. You scrubs, get on my level. Wreck, nerds. Hashtag 420 MLG Pro. How's that? Is that better?
Still loud there, but fuck it. It's the first.
I can turn it down.
It's the first episode.
No, that was good right there.
I'll
You
just
didn't
fix
even
it
hit
in
red
post.
line.
Yeah.
Well, when you said
you're
get
perfect.
wrecked, scrub.
Yeah, that's because
Get wrecked, scrubs, nerds. Oh yeah, that goes
way
really
better.
Wait, why does it change on my Mac too? What the fuck? It changes on my personal settings.
That's fucking stupid.
I'm on input sound effects.
Let me.
Player user interface sound effects. Maybe that changes it. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Scrubs, nerds, wrecked. Shrubs, get wrecked. Okay, I think it's better. How's that?
I think it's perfect.
So you're on input on sound, and you're changing your input volume.
Well, I changed my sound effects had player user interface. I think I somewhat fixed it. Shrubs, nerds, wrecked. That's still loud.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm not going to be screaming that loud anyway, though.
I'm just going to fix it in post.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nerds.
It's
Shrubs.
We got it. We got it, Killbot, for like
Is that
the
good?
3rd time. It's not as good as it could be. I'll just.
When I changed my volume on my Okay, hold on. Okay. Shrubs, nerds, wrecked. How's that?
That was actually way better.
It was
changed.
better. It was little red liney, but it was better.
Okay, I'm just gonna speak normally like this.
Yeah, just leave it there.
And I think it'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll just continue to make fun of you the entire time.
Good. I love being made fun of.
Okay, cool. Damien, Buzz, you still there?
Yep.
Yep.
All right, cool. So Damien and Buzz, are you guys going to do the intro and then bounce? Because you guys got to work at 6?
Yeah, that's probably.
Oh yeah.
If that's okay with me, or you guys.
Okay, cool. So I might have to do this a couple times. I don't know, because it's a brand new show. But here's the plan, guys. So I'm going to start off opening the show. I'm going to actually introduce you guys. And then I'm getting feedback from your phone, bro. Oh my god. Okay, so Bjorn's moving his phone closer to the mic, and it's literally like making feedback on the cords. Now he's just fucking with me.
Okay.
Perfect.
Awesome. So I'm gonna open the show. I'm gonna be, like something Agents of the Nine. Probably say some stupid shit that'll be horrible and recorded.
Classic.
And then I'll be like, I'm your host. As far as you guys go, I'm gonna introduce you guys with your generalized PSN name. So I'll be like Killbot, and then Buzz, and then Damien. Do you want me to refer to you as Damien or Selfmadedame? I mean, I guess Selfmadedame. Okay. And then Bjorn will just be Bjorn. But I myself, because I'm different, so surprise reveal name.
Timothy.
No, shut your fucking face hole. No, I'm author Tim K.A. Trotter, so shut up.
He loves it when you call him Timmy.
I will fucking rape you.
Come on, Timmy. It's okay.
Oh my god, I hate Timmy so much. You have no idea.
I do.
You know, but that's because you've been calling it to me for like fucking
20 years now.
Yeah, well, it's fucking longer than that, but yeah. So I'll be like, and my co-hosts for this series or this podcast, and then I don't know which order, I'll just do it. I'll be like Killbot, and then when I say Killbot, you'll be like, what's up, or something like that real fast. And then I'll move on to the next name. You know, Damien, what's up? Bjorn, what's up? Something. And then the first thing that I'm going to say is going to be, so I just want to open up the show with getting to know your crew here and talk a little bit about yourselves and how you got hooked onto Destiny. And then we'll cue it to Buzz and Damien first, since they got a bounce basically right after.
Yeah.
Does that sound good?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Gold.
Okay, shit. I just gotta get something to drink real fast, and we'll start this.
Are we doing like extended introductions, like with what we each prefer to do, or is it just going to be my username?
He doesn't have his headset on right now.
Yeah, I figured.
Rolling around the mics.
That's what she said.
You know it.
How would she say?
Why wouldn't she say it?
All right.
You want to throw your phone into airplane mode?
Not really, no, but I can.
You should.
Please.
All right, now the airplane won't crash.
Yeah.
Thanks, plane doctor.
Okay. Okay, here we go. Quiet, please. We're gonna start this bitch.
Motherfucker.
Killbot, Jesus.
Sorry, I'm on test fusion rifles.
You need to stop
OP.
playing Destiny.
But that's the whole point, man.
Killbot.
All right, I will. That's fine.
Like right now.
All right, I got it. I'm going to orbit. That's fine. Okay.
Yeah, get your ass to orbit. You there?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right, here we go. Damn it, Bjorn. Jesus, Killbot, shut up.
That's not me, man. I swear to God.
Who's that? Buzz?
Hmm?
Somebody's flicking their mic around.
That's not me.
Somebody's breathing heavily.
Somebody's
it's
opening
heavy
a
breathing.
package of like really noisy candy bar at the theater. Damien?
What?
Is that you?
All I hear is heavy breathing, personally.
My mic's on mute.
No, it's not.
Shit. He's like, no, it's not. It's not feedback from that shitty headset, is it?
I don't think so. That's why I was checking it.
I just hear heavy breathing from somebody.
I'm not going to worry about it. We're just going to go. Got no
Okay.
time. All right, here we go. What's up, Guardians? Welcome to the first ever Agents of the Nine, a Destiny podcast. I'm your host, as always, Tim K.A. Trotter. And the co-host... Oh, shit, what is happening? I can hear myself.
What is that?
Yeah, it's hella.
Who's got speakers?
Not me.
Buzz?
No, I got my mic plugged in. It's not coming out of my phone.
Yeah, same here.
Now it's not doing it.
That was so weird. Like, I heard myself.
I heard it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too.
Did you hear that, Damien?
I heard you, but I didn't hear echo.
I heard the echo.
Am I on speaker, Damien?
No.
That's really bizarre.
All right, redo Mulligan.
Yeah,
Stop
I guess.
sucking.
Hey, shut up.
All right, Mulligan.
I'm just going to talk really loud for a second just to make sure that that's not doing that again, which it seems like it's not doing.
Yeah, I
So-
think it's okay now.
Here we go. What's up, Guardians? Wait a minute, hold on. Killbot, do you have headphones plugged in?
I do.
Okay, good. Well, all right, then we should be fine. Okay, what the fuck?
It's not me, man. Yeah.
All right, here we go. What's up, Guardians? Oh, fuck. Ah, shit, I fucked it up.
Get ready. Get ready, nerd.
Get fucked. Here we go. Okay, cut. Did you and Dame want to jump out now or no?
Yeah, if you guys are good with that, and then I can come back later and do some more stuff if you want.
I'll let the audience know that you two had to bounce because we come from all different parts of the country.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks very much thanks very much for the intro, and I'll get in touch with you guys tomorrow, and we'll just figure it out.
Yeah, sorry about making you guys wait. The lady had me working hella hard.
Hey, no worries, man. No problem.
Yeah, it's fine. We were doing other stuff too, so don't worry about it.
All right, cool, awesome. Have a good night, guys.
You too.
All right, Buzz, man. All
right, see you, KB.
What do you mean?
Yep, Tim, because I'm probably going to be sometime tomorrow. We'll be streaming Mayhem. So yeah, just hit me up and let me know.
Yeah, for sure. I'll shoot you a text. When do you get off work?
At 7. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So you've only got like a couple hours of work then in the morning?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, well that's not too bad.
This is 7 p.m.
Right. Okay.
He starts at 6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm
tracking. All right. Cool.
No, you weren't.
No, I'm not. I'm not at all. It's recorded.
Not at all.
Whatever. All right, Selfmade. Catch you tomorrow, man.
All right, cool. All right, see you guys later, man.
All right, take it easy.
Later.
And you're still with us, Killbot?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
All right, cool. Wait for him to drop out. Okay, cool. Oh, by the way, I didn't say that before, but I yell cut loudly.
Yeah.
You probably understand since you're a music guy.
Sure.
Real easy to see in the waveform editor.
Yeah.
So I'm going to yell that again, and we'll probably bounce over to you, and we'll get into it. By the way,
I don't even know what to say, but yeah, okay.
Oh, by the way, I'm gonna send quickly the agenda for what we're talking about. But it's just loose guidelines. Let me just
sure, yeah, that'd be nice.
Let me just type it over to you real fast. All right, you're looking at the text chat on the Skype?
Let me see here. Yep, there it is.
You should just be able to pull it up split screen.
Hold on.
It should be in the actual call chat that we're in right now.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, there it is, yeah.
Yeah, see it there?
There we go.
It'd be good to make a cast from, right?
Yeah, introduction to the cast. Yeah, okay, that's the first one.
Yeah.
Favorite memory from Destiny. I don't even know if I have a favorite memory, man.
Year one, though. Like, what stands out the most?
Probably when I got the last word, and then Xur sold that shit.
Save it for the podcast.
Yeah. All right.
Are we not going to jump into our introductions of how we got hooked? Or
No, we are.
We are.
Oh, okay.
He's just talking. We're not rolling. Okay. Yet.
Gotcha.
Like this will be an outtakes or some shit.
Shittiest memory? God. I think my shittiest and my favorite are probably the same thing.
Save it for the podcast.
Okay, all right.
Okay, which we're doing right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's cool.
We should
your
all
first podcast.
edit this into a blooper reel.
Oh, you don't listen to my current show. Anything that we do that's not in the prime show is in the back end with like some light piano in the background to let people know that it's just bullshit.
Okay.
Oftentimes it's longer than the show. Like 90% of the time, actually.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Oh, and if nobody knew this, this is totally a swear podcast, so say whatever the fuck you want.
All right. Fuck yeah, bruh.
Yeah.
Fuck those bitches shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say something about it, like we're an aborted fucking baby or some shit at the beginning of the podcast, but I don't know. It didn't happen. Anyway, here we go. Cut! That's it.
All right.
Awesome.
We're out. We're over. Shit, I think that actually was a pretty damn good first show.
Yeah,
to be honest, like that was.
Even though we had 2 members missing, but
oh, that's okay. As long as there's 3 of us at a time, I think we can keep the ball rolling in future episodes.
Oh
enough.
Yeah. I mean,
from like an hour and a half, 2 hours on them.
Well, yeah, like Tim jumped off, and like I was like, he's like, keep Killbot talking. I was like, what?
Yeah, there's actually another person in the room right now who's just been playing solitaire, like a like a what?
What is this, fucking Mac 95?
Oh my god.
Yeah, no,
That's
we
better.
covered a lot of bases. We went on
That
a
was
lot.
good though.
Yeah,
Like
no,
you brought up some good shit. Killbot brought up. That was fucking good shit.
Yeah, no, I liked it. There was a lot of good back and forth.
Damien's got a lot of stuff to say. He talks. He's really hardcore. Like,
Oh, yeah, he
He's
is.
almost MLG hardcore.
Yeah,
Right
he
on.
is. He's
Which is
really
funny because he's
ridiculous.
super laid back.
No,
Mhm.
yeah, like every time that I play with him, he's always just like, "Oh man, you could like hunter class, do your stats like this, and then on your golden
Be a
gun,
filthy
run
hunter
this."
because hunters are
Yeah, are
grunts.
you guys friends on PSN?
No, I need to though.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah. He's
if I can
like,
fucking
he's like
get up
always on.
to, well, actually, I should be almost like 36 with my stats.
Well, you can only get up to 34 until Tuesday.
Yeah,
That's
no,
nice,
I'm
right?
thinking like when Tuesday hits, I should
Oh.
be like 36, 37 with because
Yeah.
I've been.
Did you get up to 34 now that they changed the XP?
No, I'm like 33 and like 1/4, but all my
One
weapon.
quarter?
No,
That sucks so bad.
no, 3/4. Sorry,
I can't duplicate how you said that shit.
1/4.
1/4.
No, but all my weapon stats are fucking absurd, and that's gonna carry over into your new levels.
Yeah, but all that shit's gonna suck
It doesn't
with the
matter.
new weapons because all the new weapons are gonna be hella better.
Oh, I know. No, but your already weapon level is gonna attribute to it.
Oh yeah, because like the thing that kind of pisses me off right now,
Fucking goddamn beauty bark.
as he pulls out a fucking knife and just starts scraping his skin off. Literally, that is what's happening right now.
That sounds fun.
Don't get it in your beer. That's
My kind of party.
My beer's empty.
Oh, okay, you're good. Oh, yeah. Like the thing that we don't know right now, and I was talking to somebody else about this, was like, so like the light level shit changed, right? And it's
Yeah.
like, it
Now it
no
just-
longer shows what's on the gear, yet all the gear has
Yeah.
light on it now.
Yeah.
And it's like,
yeah.
well, sort of.
Does it
yes,
show after the Taken King after 15th?
I don't
I
know.
assume
I
it
fucking
does.
hope so. I fucking
Yeah.
hope so.
I want it to because I don't know shit right now. I'm just
Yeah.
whatever is
dude,
the highest numbers apparently wins.
I think I've played like an hour since it's dropped. Like I've been so fucking busy.
I played an hour the day after because
Yeah,
it's such
I didn't-
a huge
yeah,
download, and then I played with Killbot a day ago on Rift.
Yeah,
and we
I
played
wasn't.
for a couple hours.
I wasn't around on Tuesday when it dropped, and then Wednesday I wasn't back till like 6:30 or 7, and then only played for like an hour because shit was going down, and then what was that? After that Thursday I had work, and then today I'm finally actually getting to play a little more.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, I'll probably be marathoning this weekend after I get some work done in the mornings.
Yeah.
Killbot, if you don't mind, would you friend request me if you haven't? Because I don't think I have.
Yeah, I would be fine with doing that. I don't know what your actual thing is. If
It's,
I don't know if you.
Bjorn Frostmarch or just
Dude, I don't know what your fucking shit is.
I don't
man.
know. Look up
You're
Bjorn.
looking at me like I know
Yeah, I
your
remember
PSN profile. Like I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Like what the shit?
Is it just Bjorn and then FROST?
Underscore.
Oh, underscore. Okay.
Isn't Bjorn spelled wrong though?
It is.
Yeah, Bjorn
it BJ?
spelled wrong.
How's it spelled?
Because like I would type it out, and that's why I couldn't find you.
It's BJORN.
Now
I
look who
thought.
sucks.
What's the
look
correct
who
spelling?
sucks so bad right
It's
now.
BOJRN. I got the
Oh.
name from
Wait, Bjorn underscore Frostmark? Because I
Yeah.
don't.
It's the unicorn and Peggle.
no.
There's wait. Hold on.
Seriously, the fucking unicorn and Peggle is called Bjorn.
Is there different cases?
No, it should just be all one.
It's lowercase.
I don't see Bjorn underscore and then.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I can pull it up on the PSN thing.
How about one game of Rift, and then we'll.
We
It'll be easy.
we have another guy here.
Right on.
The shit kind of overlapped because of all the stuff that was happening earlier. So it's like,
Yeah.
I mean, he's literally just playing solitaire. I feel really bad.
I don't.
Bjorn's like, I don't give a fuck.
All right. Shit. Oh shit! It signed me out. Of course it would.
Their app's good, but it could be better.
Fuck off, Zer. Oh, okay. Sorry. It's BORJN
Okay.
_. Born. No, but that's how it's spelled in the Golden Compass series.
Is it?
Yeah.
Because I will fact check that shit.
I'll fucking look it up and prove you wrong yet again.
Fuck you. I'm looking at it right now. Let's go.
All right. Well, it's sent.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Yeah, but that's not a real O.
Oh,
that's,
shit!
That's an O with a slashy shit thing in it.
Oh, shit.
Look at that fucking... Look at that. It's got a slashy shit. That's not a real O. That stands
a Viking
for...
O. That's because the Vikings
No,
killed that
it
fucking
looks like
O.
fucking spaghetti-o
Vikings
can
killed
shit
that
right
fucking
there.
O. You're welcome.
The bullshit O.
All right. Well,
I actually don't
I
know
guess
what
we're done
that
then. Yeah.
O, it means obviously an inflection in the word.
Yeah. Beyond.
Maybe it's like silent when it's slitted through it like that. I don't even know.
All right. So
All
we're
right,
done
Killbot.
here, I guess.
Yeah, we're done. Thanks very much, Killbot.
Yeah, no problem.
Hope you had a good
No
time.
problem, no problem.
First podcast ever.
Yeah, it was fun, man. Hopefully, if I'm around when Buzz does his thing, I'm fine with sitting in on that
Okay.
for reactions or whatever. I don't know. We'll see. But
Okay. Link me in on Skype. If I
Do
actually,
you even have a Skype, bro?
I think I do have Skype, bruh.
I mean, I never check because, you know, local and phone numbers and shit.
Yeah, no shit, right?
It's like, why would
no,
we
I did
Skype?
have Skype. I used to Skype chat hella.
all right, we'll see. I mean, it depends on availability for.
Oh,
me.
yeah, for sure. I mean, we still got to work this shit out.
I thought
know?
you and me Skyped the last time I couldn't get my shit to work.
We probably FaceTimed.
Ah,
We
okay.
FaceTimed because we phone numbers.
Okay.
There you go.
Well, I still had Skype.
All right, guys. Well,
All right,
take it easy.
already
Bye.
Killbot.
Yeah.
Take care, man.
All right.
Yeah, it's fun.
Oh. Whoops. Okay, the mic's plugged in because the audio just cut off. Speakers. Hold on, I don't have my headset. Come on, get out of there. Okay. I believe I can hear you now.
Okay.
Okay. Just turn off a couple hard drives here. Just move my mic back to the center of the room so I don't have to unset it up. Okay. Cool. All right. Do you want to do a test for me real fast? Talking.
Yes.
Talking a loud
Same
voice,
stuff.
and then talking a quiet voice for like a sentence or two.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a loud voice. This is a loud voice. This is a soft voice. This is a soft voice.
Okay. Are you using it like a phone, or do you have a headset plugged in, or
I have a headset plugged in. It's the same setup as last night.
does it have a boom mic on it, or
It's a wraparound mic, like to the front. Yeah.
move it away from your mouth?
Away from my mouth. Okay.
Yeah, away from your mouth, and try that again. Because
right.
I'm about 27 minutes into editing, so I've already edited your first part, and you actually ended up being the loudest out of everybody for some reason.
Really?
Like
Okay.
it was clear, but it was like really loud. I don't know
Gotcha.
why. So let's try that.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Loud noises. And quiet, peaceful noises.
Okay, that seemed better.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to think of if I just want to have you just plow through all the things, or if I want to, like, since I'm in the middle of editing, be like super fucking crafty and like slide you in and be like, what does Buzz think? And it just happens to be in the middle of everybody else's like thing.
Yeah.
But that's a lot of work.
Okay.
So I think I'm just gonna have you run to the things. I've got the agenda here. Did you get that, by the way?
I did. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So we've already done 1. So I need to do 2, 3,
yeah,
4, and 5.
You could probably just shy away from 4, just because it ended up. We touched on a little bit of 2.0 something just in like everything we ended up talking about, which actually I think worked out way better. Like it felt way more natural than just like having a thing about it. Actually, the whole thing ended up pretty natural. Actually, I thought like I've been doing podcasting a lot of time and I've done a lot of pilots, and it's like this is probably definitely up there. Like it's totally one of the better ones.
That's good. Okay. Now, the 6th one.
Sorry, what?
The favorite gun and weapon one.
Yeah. So the way I did that was I ended up because the podcast ended up actually like super long. I was quite surprised. I ended up just throwing that out to the audience along with like email and Twitter and Facebook contact information. Be like, here's the question of the week for the audience to answer, and us, the cast, will answer it next week. So you don't have to. Okay. You don't have to think about that one. So we'll just hit.
Well, I'm fine with that. I just didn't know how I needed to bring it up and stuff.
Yeah, it's all good. I'll just guide you, and you can just go off of me, and I'll either put it in as a chunk or split it up.
Okay.
To be determined. I was in the middle of editing it. Okay, cool. So we've been rolling since you called, because that's how the call recorder worked. So get a bit of silence here. And one of the things that you didn't get to get briefed for was I yell loudly on purpose, not to hurt people, but for my own editing purpose. I yell "cut" really loudly because you see the audio in like a waveform editor.
Oh yeah, and it jumps. I gotcha.
So it's like really easy to spot. So I'm gonna yell that, and then we'll get into it. Okay.
Okay.
Cut. Cut. I guess. That's not too bad. What was that?
No, that's good.
It's like 12, 15. I'm away from my computer and I'm like staring.
Let me see.
It's like 17 minutes, I think. Like squinting to see.
Oh, the call's been going for about 19 minutes, so minus the couple minutes upstart. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, very good. I'll get this into the podcast somewhere appropriately.
Yeah, sounds good.
And then I was gonna catch up with Damien. Damien texted me.
Said
that he was gonna be at home at 10 your time, which I think is 7 my time.
7 your time, yeah.
And I mentioned, it's no big deal. We'll just run through the thing. It'd be like 10, 15 minutes or something. Even though the podcast is like really long, like it's crazy long. Like the topics, like the back and forth we had going between me and Bjorn and Killbot, especially, like I was saying, he was really good, But like, man, that boy loves to talk about Destiny.
Yeah, he does, definitely.
Like I was surprised because like there was a couple moments there where be like, cool, Killbot, like when he's in mid sentence and we're trying to like move it on to like a different thing. I felt kind of a jerk, but whatever. It's cool. It's new. Yeah. So before I let you go, what's your thought on like a continuing schedule for this show?
For me?
Yeah.
I mean, weekends are best for me usually. I don't mind being able to do one on maybe, Wednesday night, or I could probably do Thursday night.
Yeah, I'd love to do it midweek personally, because that's that ends up being easier because then I have more time to edit it or whatever.
Yeah, the only issue is just that time difference between you and I.
Well, and Killbot.
Damien, yeah.
And
Oh yeah,
Damien
yeah.
works long hours.
Yeah, us two on the East Coast, you two on the West Coast, so 3 on the West Coast with Bjorn.
Yeah. So the idea moving forward, obviously, it would be amazing to have 5 people a week, but I don't think that that's particularly realistic. So, sort of my rule of thumb is
2 rotating.
Always
right,
have at least 3 people on a podcast. So, I mean, it's really just how many I can get, but usually 3 is sort of like all right, if we got 3, that's enough to
start
to do a show.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess we'll just be in communication and stuff about it, and yeah. How you feeling about all the clan stuff after a day? Is it
still a bunch of crap in my mind, Linux. I mean,
yeah.
Kono and I said Kono's gonna try to talk to SJ one-on-one, and I may try after that too, and maybe try to get Killbot too. Just to see if we can maybe convince SJ to hold off for 2 weeks and just play with you for 2 more weeks to see what he thinks. And I mean, it would honestly, if we could do that, it would solve a lot of issues, particularly the one raid. About the raid Friday.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, we would.
It's such crap timing, and it's like.
I know it is. I mean, if we can do that, we hold off. We will have 6 people for sure.
Yeah.
We won't have to do LFG, and we solve the problem of not having to screw you over again. Or
is that the plan though?
No, I don't know what the plan is. I'm just saying.
Really don't.
I know you don't want to, and
so
I don't. It sucks that because you didn't instigate the situation.
Yeah.
And the way it's going to fall out is, I mean, like Killbot said, if we look at seniority, SJ does have seniority. If we look at time, SJ will be on, and you won't be.
Well, that's not necessarily true. I mean,
yeah, if you take the day off, but
I could make it go, right?
You could, but I mean, if you want to do that, it's your choice. But I still don't know yet how that would fall out because of the seniority issue.
Yeah. Well, it's the next thing we need to figure out.
We do, yeah. And that's why we're going to try one more time to open that window for SJ and see if he can maybe, see some reason for a week or 2. And that way we can do this raid as a clan with 6 people. And, if 2 of them are a little anxious about that, at least we're not screwing somebody over, in my mind.
Yeah.
So we're going to try that first, and then if that doesn't work, we go back to the drawing board and see what happens.
Yeah.
But that's right now. That's Kono and I's first strategies. We're going to try to do that, and then consider the next option, which I don't know what that is right now. And again, like I said last night, we may not even be ready on Friday because of what we're required. So
I'm kind of hoping we'll somehow know on Tuesday or something.
Oh, I'm sure we will know by Tuesday because
I'm hoping
there will be people who get 240 on Tuesday. I guarantee there will be, and I'm sure there will be somewhere on Reddit where they post what the light levels are for these things.
Well, I know you have to be 40 for the raid, so I'm hoping once you beat the first act of the campaign, right, which is all the story missions before the strikes and the raid, that icon unlocks and you can at least look at it and be like level requirement 40 and then light blah blah.
Yeah,
and then we can figure that out.
Yeah, so I guarantee you we will probably we would definitely know by Tuesday. I'm guarantee somebody on Reddit will post that information for us.
Yeah,
and then we can talk more intelligently, make decisions.
Yeah. So, moving forward, I'm confused. To communicate to the clan as a whole, or at least minus the Mordix and SJ portion. I left the main Seraphim chat and I made another one minus Mordix and SJ. I guess I'll just communicate there, and I mean obviously I can communicate with you on text, but not you're pretty much the only one other than Kema that I have the cell phone of. Killbot said that he was going to give me one to help out on the podcast scheduling, but he hasn't yet. But
Okay. Well,
You know, I don't want to be
I'm sure he will
pushy or whatever.
eventually.
Like, it's not a big deal. I just want to be in communication. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So you're getting on Destiny?
Yeah. Killbot said he wanted to play some, so I'm gonna get on, and I guess we'll do Rift or Mayhem.
Cool.
I
I know
you gonna go back to Metal Gear?
I know.
You're gonna-
Well, I've been playing Metal Gear because.
Yeah, that shit was on.
Yeah. Essentially, like I was gonna get on Destiny, and then I was sort of like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'll play Metal Gear and edit the podcast.
Yeah, I hate that.
Oh my god,
this kind of game, but
so silly. But if you're playing with Killbot, I would like to play Rift, and
okay. Well, let me hop on and see.
yeah,
see what he's up to,
send me a message,
and then I'll send you an invite
or something.
Or
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Sound
sounds
good?
good. Yeah, sounds good.
All
Sweet.
right. See you,
Thanks,
buddy.
Buzz.
Yep.
Hello?
Yep.
There we go.
Yeah. So Mayhem is fucking unbelievable.
It's awesome. I haven't checked it out yet.
It is amazing. We got to run through it. It is in fucking sane.
You like it that
Insane. Yes.
much, huh?
It is insane, dude.
Awesome.
Like we definitely got to run it.
Dude, so sad you and Buzz couldn't be there for the whole thing. But the podcast was really good.
Cool.
Like I mean, I knew Bjorn was going to be a good podcaster, but I didn't know he was going to have so much interesting things to say about Destiny because he's only been playing a couple months. Like he's like one of my best friends actually. Like we grew up together and stuff, and I had no fucking idea that he gets up at 4 a.m. every morning and plays Destiny for 2 hours before he goes to work. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me, bro?" He's like, "Nah, man, gotta grind that shit out."
Well, he covered a lot of ground in those little few months that we had no idea.
Yeah, it's impressive actually.
Insane.
Yeah.
I was on earlier while I was streaming it, but Kill was doing he was doing a strike, I think, with somebody.
Yeah, he is doing it with the that other clan member that I guess hates me, and yeah, it's so stupid.
Right.
Anyway, we don't need to get into that bullshit.
Right.
All right, you ready?
Do this.
Cool. So, how I did it with Buzz was I just ran down. I just sort of guided Buzz with the agenda questions, and they'll be popped in. You'll be next to Buzz, popped in, not at the very end of the show, but near the end.
Okay.
I make a comment. The show's basically edited at this point, except for Buzz's part and yours.
Okay.
There's a point near the end of the show where I'm like, sorry that Damien and Buzz been so silent because they bounced out like hours ago. But I should record a segment or something with them, and then that's where your guys' stuff will pop up. So cool. You ready, Damien?
Let's do this.
Okay, cool. Cut. Yeah, hopefully, whenever we do our next podcast, you're there for the duration. Killbot actually got really into the show, believe it or not. Like, I was actually quite surprised. There was times where I actually had to cut him off because he wouldn't stop talking. He was so energetic about it. But he also could have been nervous too. I mean, it was his first podcast, so
That's cool though. But he looked like he was doing good though.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like I can't wait for you to hear it. As soon as I get off Skype, I'm gonna edit yours and Buzz's stuff into the show. And one of the things that was like a spur of the moment thing, just because I happened to have been drinking a Red Bull with the code, I decided to give the code away to the audience.
Oh, cool.
So there'll be a code in there, which I totally forgot to say in the actual show. So I need to go record that right now.
Actually, I should probably go to 7-Eleven tomorrow or something and just rack up on Red Bulls and just like use them for code giveaways, tweet them out.
Yeah, that'd be
Facebook.
cool, dude. I also, because you weren't there, I gave you a shout out. I think I said your Twitter, and I mentioned you're also on Gamer Nation Radio, and you can check that out. So I tried to help out with the shout outs since you weren't there. So
appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Well, alrighty, Damien, I'm gonna let you go, and I'm gonna complete this podcast here. This fucking beast of a pilot.
2-day and 46-hour long part. No, I'm kidding.
It's pretty long. I mean, I'm looking at the thing right now, and even without outtakes input, which there'll be outtakes, and your stuff and Buzz's stuff, I'm sitting at an hour and 35 minutes.
Crazy.
Yeah,
that's good.
Pretty crazy.
Insane. Well, if you're on after you edit it, I'm definitely going to be on for Mayhem and.
Sure. Yeah. No, I'll hit you up for sure. Just got to finish editing it, and then the upload time. So.
Oh, I had an idea for the show. God damn it! What was it?
Oh, go for it.
It was wasn't lore, even though we did say lore. It was
Well, Buzz really wants to do lore. He's super into
I want to do lore too.
Yeah,
I want to do lore too. Why don't we have a segment with me and Killbot, since we like play Crucible heavy?
Yeah, do a Crucible segment.
Yep.
Yeah, I actually wanted to do that. I just wanted to keep this first episode sort of freeform, and hopefully, I think it's a good episode already. But hopefully it'll resonate with other people on the internet, and we'll get like emails in and stuff and audience participation.
Because Taken King is the hype is up.
Yeah, I'm so glad we were able to get this done before, and I just need to finish editing it and send it up to my server and click the publish, and then obviously since it's brand new and there's no presence really for it, I'm gonna tweet out stuff on my other Twitter accounts and my other Facebook accounts and stuff.
Yeah, tweet out stuff too.
Yeah. Well, alrighty, Dame. I will catch you. I don't know. I mean, it kind of depends. I've probably got about 15-20 minutes of work to finish up the show, and then I have to upload it. And the uploading for me either goes really, really fast, like 10 minutes, or sometimes it takes like an hour, which is kind of bullshit, but it happens. So I'll text you if it's taken a long time to upload. Because if it uploads, like it like kills my ability to play online games because it's sucking up all the bandwidth.
Right.
But yeah, I'll text you once I've hit the upload button and what it's telling.
Yeah, just let me know, because I'm off tomorrow, so I'm probably going to be on all night. I might even do like a 24-hour stream or something.
Damn.
I know.
Goodness gracious.
But it's all good, though.
Yeah. Shit, I still have to do a Rising Tide. God damn.
Yeah, I meant to chat you an article, because I think I might go next month. Agent Carter, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and Jessica Jones are going to be at Comic-Con, New York Comic-Con.
Oh, you going to New York Comic-Con?
I think I am. I just saw that, so I think that might happen.
Damien, you go. You got to be my inside man. Got to tell me all the dirty details.
I plan on going in October, New York period, sometime, but that might be the weekend.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll keep you posted.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah, man.
Alrighty, I will definitely let you know once it's on its way to the servers.
Cool.
Alrighty, dude.
All right.
Peace out to
Talk to you
then.
later.
Bye.
Yo.